So hello everybody, welcome back to the back street, not back street, backstage, I should say. Goblin Reserve, I can see you're there. Andrew, thanks again for just being here and being a moderator for the live streams, as you can see from the spanner next to his name. Super Mario Black Tiger, Andrew Kem, welcome. Drax the Battle Axe, welcome. But yeah, it's just going to be a nice little chilled out stream today. Packing everyone's shit up for the Patreon pull that was done recently, as well as a few other things, Azalea Cult memberships and all that sort of thing. So let's just go into the face cam. Hello, how's it going? This is basically all it's going to be today. Normally it's like obviously the Talishar thing with the screen capture, but the live stream scene at the moment is just this. So we could just leave this visible instead. This is quite cool, but this is basically just a YouTube channel called White Bat Audio, which Red Zone Rogue told me to check out, and it just basically does sort of copyright music. And this is like a 2-hour stream of as you can see here, follow and listen on all streaming devices for Twitch safe music, as well as YouTube safe music as well. Carl Casey does some nice sort of synth wave, retro wave style music, which is what I love to just chill out to. And it's nice to have music in my ears as well. I don't normally have that when I'm just chilling out when I'm on stream, that is. Good afternoon, Alec De Laurentiis. Thank you very much for joining us today. Packing it up the ass. Yeah, absolutely. Anal Tuesdays. Yeah, I think it looks cool. And yeah, thanks for joining us today. I'll maybe switch to and from, because obviously the live chat is in this screen, and obviously my face is on this screen. Now, I want to potentially leave this screen up every now and again, because new people that come into this, I want to make sure they like this video and subscribe to the channel, because we are only 25 or 24 subs away from 1,000, so we are on the road to the 1,000 subs here on GoAgainGaming, which is pretty ridiculous. Very, very humbling to realise that even just someone like myself, who's having fun with the worst hero in the game, it can still rack up that sort of number. But yeah, I'm just here to love the game and enjoy the game, and yeah, been sending out a lot of things. Well, I haven't sent out anything recently, but it's going to be sent out probably during this week or next. I should also really have a link in the description box below. I don't have this. I don't have a link for this, but there is a wave 2 for Christmas cards just a free Christmas card. So if you want a free Christmas card, the link to the Discord will be in the description box below, where you can fill out the form for wave 2 of the Christmas cards. And I can show you the Christmas cards as well for those that are getting them. So I will show you those now, actually. So people may have seen this art already, because it's one that I had commissioned a while back for Azalea sort of style stuff. But I thought I'd edit it in a way where it's Merry Christmas. So this is the Christmas card that everybody will be receiving, and obviously the note on the back of your cards will be, obviously unique to our interactions and our relationship, of course. Yeah, here we go. This is the Christmas card. Bit of glare on there. Merry Christmas from GoAgainGaming. So you probably would have seen that art already before. If you've been a fan of this channel, that's better colour. You probably would have seen this art before if you were a fan of the channel for a while, because this is actually one of the arts for one of the Azalea Cult mats that you can get at the moment. But those are going to be made more sort of widely available at a better price going forward. So at the moment, you can check out GoAgainGaming.com for a load of mats and art and other things that I've commissioned for future projects on there at the moment. But it is a bit, and I know this, it is a bit expensive for what it is. That's only because I don't have the stock in house. I basically drop ship the stock, so it's available at any time, but for a higher price, basically is what it means. But I am looking, especially for the 1K subscriber mat, to buy it all in and then ship it all back out again, which means it's going to be cheaper for the consumer. So if you want to be part of that process, again, there's a link in the description box below for the Discord where you can fill out your details if you want to get on board with the 1,000 subscribers celebratory playmats that I'm getting commissioned at the moment from the same artist who done that Christmas card, actually. Well, the actual art doesn't have the Santa hat, it's just Azalea. You probably would have seen it, but yeah, I can link you to the art and show you the art another time if you're interested. But likely just getting out in time for Christmas. Yeah, absolutely, Andrew. Just getting it out in time for Christmas because there's a lot of strikes in the UK as well at the moment with Royal Mail, which just makes it also a lot harder to make sure that people are getting stuff on time. So the deadline for Wave 2 of the Christmas cards is next Wednesday. Wednesday the 30th is the cut-off date for the second wave of Christmas cards. And also, actually, if you're following me on Hive, the new sort of social app, Hive, I don't know how long that app's going to last. I don't know whether it's going to be something that supersedes Twitter eventually. I don't know. But at the moment, I am using it. Why not? It's another platform I can put exclusive things on. And if you go onto Hive, you follow me on there, at GoAgainGaming AZ, there is a link to the Wave 2 Christmas card form. So yeah. Den Chick, welcome to the chat. I'm not sure if I've seen you here before, so if you're new here, please make sure you subscribe to the channel. That would be fantastic because I'm very, very close to 1K. If you haven't done so already, Den Chick, that would be amazing if you can do that. And welcome to the chat. Den Chick, if you want a Christmas card, join the Discord in the description box below and we can get you one. There's been 55 people that have submitted their names for Christmas cards, and I am sending out a few to select people that have not put their names in the hat as well, mainly personalities in the space, but I should really get down to sending these cards out now, really, to be honest. It's just packing them up and labeling them. I'm going to be getting all the labels, going to be buying all the labels tonight as well, potentially in the next 2 hours. And that's going to cost a lot of money. It's going to cost a lot of money. To send out 55 cards all over the world is probably going to cost around about $80 to $90 to do that. So again, if you're new here, you like what I do, you like Azalea, you like all the Azalea cult stuff, you like the live streams, you like the personality that I put forward, there's going to be more content coming forward as well. Then please check out the link in the description box below to the Discord, the Patreon, all that good stuff. Mika, welcome to the chat. Chaos Media, welcome to the chat. Hope you're all doing well. And yep, hi Az, hope you're doing well. Yes, I'm doing well as well. Thank you very much. Glad to see new faces. Exactly, Andrew. Haven't seen these faces before. So if you're watching this now or in the future and you haven't subscribed, please do that because I'm very, very close to 1,000. And when I get to 1,000, that means I can release this new celebratory 1,000 subscriber playmat, which is going to be an exclusive print to that event. So, yeah. Chaos Media, it's Azukar. Oh, yeah, of course it is. Yeah, of course it is. Brilliant. But yeah, we're going to get straight to this now. We're going to start sending these out. So I'll keep checking the chat every now and again, but it is just literally just a chill out session. Nothing really going on apart from just hanging out with me tonight and chatting shit about Flesh and Blood and stuff. There are so few chatting streams, but I'm glad I found one, Mika. Good. Yeah, there isn't. You're right. There isn't many sort of just chatting streams in the Flesh and Blood space. It's just either people streaming Talishar or talking about meta, or speaking about other things. But yeah, this is just maybe I should do this more often. Maybe it shouldn't be Azalea every single stream. Maybe it should be a just chatting. So if you're here to just speak and just listen to my dulcet British tones, then maybe we can do that more often if it's a good thing. Vibe time. So it's an Icelander stream. Yeah, exactly. It's an Icelander stream. Exactly, and then those get boring, don't they? The meta gets boring. It gets stale at the moment, you know? The same old heroes, the same old playlines, the same old this, same old that. blah 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 blah. Hours of ass. That's what Pascal would say. If Pascal was in the chat, he says as like ass because he's obviously Switzerland. He's like, hey ass. So whenever we speak, he always calls me ass, which I like. I like a bit of ass. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, I should really fucking do some work here, and this is work. I am sending out stuff because that's just what I like to do. I like to reward people and give people a greetings for Christmas from me for hanging around with me for so long, and that is work. You should see the fucking amount of packages I've had to do, and I have to still do today, and I should really do that because it's already been 10 minutes. So okay, we're going to start doing that. But I hope everyone's doing well, and hope everyone's enjoying Dynasty. What's everyone's thoughts on Dynasty so far? I'm going to start doing this now. So first of all, I've got Anthony Salgado, who appeared in the chat and actually won an Azalea Cult membership card. So he's also got an Azalea Cult membership card I need to send him. Where is it? Got a few James White signed Azalea Cult membership cards, which will be part of a giveaway at some stage. So for Anthony, I think you just have an Azalea Cult membership card and a Christmas card for me to send to you. So that's nice and easy. I need to put these envelopes somewhere I can easily reach them. There we go, that's easier. You don't have to see anything on my screen anyway, so it doesn't matter how messy I get. Another cool thing I can show you for people that are in the chat. Really cool thing I can show you all. You probably would have seen this on Twitter actually, if you're on Twitter. If you're following me on there, at GoAgainGaming AZ, you probably would have seen the picture for these. But all the correspondence that I received from LSS for obviously being a content creator, you get certain things if you've been a content creator and they appreciate your work and all that sort of thing. You get sent some stuff every now and again. So obviously this was my letter that I got for the Sandscour Great Bow spoiler, which I did recently. So obviously that's Chris Bewley's writing. So I've laminated it. So I can sort of bend it and stuff. So I've laminated the whole thing. So that's nice and cool. Got that laminated. So that's nice. I got the original content creator appreciation kit letter laminated. So it's this thing. So as you can see here, it's like Legend Story Studios letter. And obviously on the back, dear GoAgainGaming, thanks for your outstanding contribution to the Flesh and Blood community. This is the first content creator appreciation kit that was sent. And obviously we've got the second content creator appreciation kit, which was more of like a scripted thing, but still signed by Chris at the bottom there. And it's a nice little keepsake, because obviously Chris is no longer going to be with LSS, unfortunately, I think, based on what I've heard in the grapevine. I don't know the situation, but that's what I've heard. I think Alex Norville is taking over. But yeah, both lovely guys anyway, both following their dreams in the space. But yeah, so some cool things to show. Why would anyone... Oh, sorry, I've missed the chat. Are we any closer to a Florida vacation? Not yet, unfortunately. Why would anyone want to go to Florida willingly? It's incredible, and they have incredible people there. Incredible as in... Depends on if you consider Orlando, Florida. Many try not to. Man, I wish I would have gotten a Bewley letter. Well, I have no idea what you do here on this channel since this is my first time here. So, Mika, are you a fan of Flesh and Blood? Do you know what Flesh and Blood card game is, Mika? Do you know what the Flesh and Blood card game is? First of all, most importantly. Let me just do this then. Now these packages are A5 size, so I have to cut them in half and then seal them, because I don't want to be sending massive packages, so I have to cut each of these in half. I ordered the wrong size, but luckily I can just cut them in half and then reseal them with sellotape. So you're getting a bit of a arts and crafts ASMR experience going on here. So this is for Anthony Salgado, so I just need to... Obviously these are bubble wrap packages as well, so hopefully the contents don't get too lively inside the packaging. I have no idea what that is. What? Flesh and Blood? So basically it's a hero-centric card game where you choose a hero from the world of Wraith. Wraith is like the fantastical world where the game is set. And you build a deck of cards which have like attacks in them, defenses in them, spells and stuff in them, and you have to defeat your opponent. You both start on 20 life or 40 life, and there's cards that damage your opponent and you have to block and stuff. So it's hard to explain to someone that hasn't played card games before, but it's similar to like Pokemon. That's probably the easiest thing to describe it to. Is Pokemon is a trading card game. Flesh and Blood is a trading card game, but mainly tailored towards the older, like 16 plus, like blood and gore and stuff. Hence the name Flesh and Blood. Yu-Gi-Oh, yeah, it's comparable to Yu-Gi-Oh as well. If you're familiar with that, it is a trading card game, which is similar to what Yu-Gi-Oh is, what Pokemon is, and all that sort of thing. Magic the Gathering, you might have heard of those big players in the game. But yeah, that's what Flesh and Blood is. It's a trading card game. So yeah, a lot of the people that are in the chat or people that enjoy my channel enjoy Flesh and Blood, but my channel is very much tailored to the casual audience and people that like a certain character called Azalea. Now, Azalea is a ranger. She was the first ranger character that we ever got in the game, and she wields a bow. And in this game, wielding a bow is like a fucking death sentence, because the mechanics around loading your bow is just a lot less efficient than what other heroes can do in the game. But that's the whole draw of the character, and the draw of Azalea is that she's a scoundrel. She was brought up in this place called the Pits, which is like a down and deprived area of the world of Wraith, and she struggles to win against her opponents, and that's why people like me like to play her, because we might have had down and distrodden backgrounds and upbringings, and we want to fight for our right to exist and survive in the world of Wraith, and that's what Azalea does. She's not a meta hero. She's not one of the best heroes that you can play, and you're not always going to win. So that is the draw to that character. That is the draw to Azalea, in my opinion. And she is a great character. And if you're a fan of stories, Mika, or stories or tales, there is a lot of lore and stories on Flesh and Blood on the website. So if you like the sound of Azalea, you can read all of her backstory and all that sort of thing. And that's another good thing about this game, is that you can delve into the website, you can look at all the characters that you like the look of or can identify with, and you can read into their backstories and get a really, really nice idea of what they represent in the game and how they play. Is a lot of their backstory and thematics and mechanics are built into the cards when you actually play with them, which is nice. So yeah. Back to work. Love you, Az. Hope you all have a wonderful night. Thanks, Goblin Reserve. And yeah, hopefully I'll see you soon. Whether that's in Florida or I don't know. Anyway, this is Anthony's one. So Anthony Salgado. So that includes a membership card, membership Azalea, and a Christmas card. And obviously I'm naming these. I'm not putting the address labels on them yet because I haven't actually got that far. I still need to print off all of those labels, which is going to cost me around about $80 to $90 for all of these, and then ship those out probably this week, and then ship out the rest of Wave 2 next week. There's only 5 submissions in Wave 2 last time I checked, so yeah, hopefully there's not going to be too many more now. So the next card we have is Andrew Mason. Welcome to the chat. Hope you're doing well. I'm not always going to win covers whoever I play. Yeah, exactly right. Do you read any books? I used to read quite a lot of books. I was a big fan of Stephen King books, more so the Dark Tower series. It was more like a sort of dark fantasy book series that he did. That was probably one of my favourite book series, was Dark Tower by Stephen King. Very, very good. But not so much anymore. I've got a lot of comics and stuff, but they're sort of filed away downstairs in in a cabinet that I dare not enter because it's just stacked full of stuff. So it's like one of those things, if you open the door, loads of shit falls out of it every time you open it. So I haven't delved into there for a while, but I need to sort that shit out ASAP. Right, this is Logan's. So he's also got an Azalea Cult membership card from Canada. Logan from Canada. And he got an Azalea Cult membership card for the bow that he designed. So Christmas card plus a bow for Logan. So we just put these in here. Well, I wouldn't comic as books anyway. No, exactly. No, comics definitely not books. They're definitely a different type of medium that you can consume, aren't they? More visual, really. I have almost read all Discworld. Yeah, Discworld is another thing I'd love to read. It was all the rage back in the 90s, Discworld. And there was like Discworld games as well that you could play. That you like point and click Discworld games that my uncle used to play. My uncle was like the reason why I became a massive nerd, because he was well into it. So yeah, maybe that's something that I can experiment with in the future. Discworld. Terry Pratchett. Is he an English writer as well? Terry Pratchett? Pretty sure he was. So this is Logan's from Canada. The Discworld games were amazing. Yeah, they were. I never played them. I always watched my uncle play them, but maybe that's something we do. Maybe we get into that. Maybe we play some Discworld. But yeah, they were very much point and click style things, weren't they? Eric Idle voiced Rincewind in the first game. I don't know who Eric Idle is. And Mika is saying, I don't know what Discworld is. So what are your favourite books, Mika? What have you read? Maybe we know something that you've read. So that's that one's for Logan. And Mika, if you don't mind, I know obviously you don't know what Flesh and Blood is or anything, you're just here for the chats, but maybe we do more chats in the future. If you subscribe to the channel, you'll be notified of when I go live, when we are just chatting, because there's a lot of geeks and nerds and loads of different things can bleed over to one another, so maybe we do have some stuff in common that we don't realise yet. So if you would subscribe to the channel, that would be fantastic. Right, next card is for Jacob, aka Cavdayan. So this is the person who cosplayed Cavdayan at Worlds. So yeah. Need to put some golden hearts on this one because he was an absolute legend. Lovely man. Jacob, aka Cavdayan. So also known as underscore playable on Twitter, I believe. Underscore playable, I think. Don't quote me on that, but I think that's his Twitter handle. The last book I read was about Albert Einstein. Please don't call me a nerd, but I mostly read books about famous mathematicians and stuff. And I wasn't calling you a nerd, I was calling us nerds. Famous mathematicians and stuff. You must know Eric Idle of Monty Python fame. Maybe I just don't know his name. I definitely know John Cleese, and obviously Monty Python, definitely know them. The last book I read was about Albert Einstein. I think I just read that, didn't I? Yeah, that's definitely smarter than all of us. That's definitely smarter than all of us. So that's Jacob's card. That's all that he had, wasn't it? Yeah, he just had a Christmas card. But yeah, a lot of us here on this channel, and a lot of the people that I associate with are just geeks and nerds that just love fantastical worlds and stuff. There might be a few out there that love like the real world physics and mathematicians and all that sort of thing. But I wouldn't have a clue. I only got, what did I get in maths? I got a B in maths. No, I didn't get a B in maths. I got a D in maths. I'm fucking shit at maths. Rubbish. I was in the intermediate class in maths, but I don't know why I was in that class because I just knew nothing. Mr. Tudor was my tutor in maths, and I'd never understood what he was going on about. I should have just requested to move, but I really didn't care about class. I was just thinking about going home and playing Final Fantasy X all day. That's all I was thinking of in school. I'm not English, by the way, so if I type anything wrong, forgive me. Oh, okay, where are you from then, Mika? I'm quite fond of fantasy stuff as well. Fantastic. A star in maths for you, Andrew. Fucking hell. Fair play. I got a D. D for dick. D for dunce. Oh shit, whose card was that? That was unplayable, wasn't it, Jacob? So that's Jacob's one. Next we have Capolo. Capolo's Christmas card. The Swiss man himself. A one of two that I've met. Capolo, one a man. So we can have some golden hearts as well. Capolo, great guy, runs a YouTube channel that's focused on Dash mainly and Mechanologist. From Germany, nice, cool. In math, I stand on 1, which is like A. Well done, excellent, better than me, better than a lot of us, I expect. Alec is saying uni maths were def EH in grade, but I don't know what that means. But the practical applications are always easier to connect. Interesting. Yeah, things you learn in school just don't go far, do they? At all. You should learn about life in school, not just pie charts and stupid things like that. I think you should learn a lot more about actual life in school, managing bills and debt and paying bills and electricity and how you actually survive in life, rather than learning about maths, in my opinion. It's bloody sellotape. I hate it when you can't find the end of a sellotape. It's really annoying. There we go. And this is for, who's this for? Capolo. If only they actually taught us how to do our taxes and didn't just hope we'd figure it out. Yeah, exactly. Exactly that. Exactly that. Makes sense, doesn't it? Why are you learning about timesing 12 by 29 when you could just learn about how to do your taxes when you get to that point in life? Because when you get there, it's just like, right, okay, how do I do this then? What do I do now? Sort of thing. Yeah, school was useless, to be honest. By the way, I'm in 10th grade, so that may be the reason I like math right now. Okay, yeah, makes sense. You have to like it, I guess, to a certain degree. We don't have to, but it makes sense to. Well, I'd like to say I wish I'd paid more attention in school, but I didn't. I was just thinking about going home to play the game I wanted to play at the time. If you learned basic finance in education, then the credit card companies couldn't mess your life up. Exactly that. Although we don't have to worry about taxes in general. No, we don't. Not really. Oh shit, whose was this? Capolo. So it's Andrea, isn't it? His name, Andrea. Cool. Next we have James, one of my long-standing friends in real life. Wanted a Christmas card. He is in the Discord. I actually played a few games of Flesh and Blood with him. Didn't really pick it up, and he still has one of the decks that I made for him. I think I gave him Katsu, Dorinthia, and Levia, like budget decks. Played against him a few times, but I just don't think he really has the time for it, unfortunately. But still, he supports the channel. He supports my ethos in life in general, and he wants a Christmas card, so I'm going to send him one. Excuse me. Yeah, the tax system isn't designed to be user-friendly. Every time the administration claims to be making the worst tax code simpler, I know things will get more complex. Excuse me, that's my business as fixing taxes. Yeah, the Americans, eh? They're good at filing taxes apparently. Bad client, naughty client, unplayable. Jacob, I literally just filled out your card, mate. Literally just done it. So there's yours, Jacob. Unplayable. Welcome to the chat. Obviously, it doesn't have a label on it yet because I haven't printed the label, but your Christmas card is in there, Mr. Unplayable. It has just been done, so it's funny that you popped in just now and saying, I saw the Hive pic from 11 years ago. You were so handsome, you were too busy living life to fuck with school. Exactly. Yeah, that's it. I was too busy loving life to deal with that shit, and I was really. I was too interested in playing games. I was too interested in just having a good time, and that's the ethos I have in life. I'm too busy having a good time and not worrying about things. That's the way I live my life. I just like to have fun with things. Don't take stuff too seriously, because you're not going to be here long enough to take it too seriously. So you just have to have fun with what you're doing. Make the most of your time while you have it, and just have a lovely old time and meet people and just make connections all over the world. That's the great thing about Flesh and Blood and this game and this community, is making friends with people that you would have never spoke to in your life. If it wasn't for this game, you would never have spoken to these people before. I wouldn't be doing this. I wouldn't be chatting to a camera to people that are watching from all over the world now or in the future. Just wouldn't happen without a game, without a conduit, without a thing to connect everybody. Whatever that sort of interest or passion is, this is what it does. Shit, whose card was that? James's. Well, I didn't look much into it, but I think tax isn't as bad here in Germany than in other countries. Each jurisdiction is different. Every authority gets the same general amount of money. The only difference tends to be how they raise the money. I don't really play games, and most people at my school are just people messing up their lives with drugs, so I don't want to have anything to do with them. Rightly so. Stay the fuck away from them, Mika. Stay away from those fucking wasters that are doing drugs and stuff. Stay away from those people. Yeah, stay away from those people, and just come and hang out in this stream instead. No matter where you might be out there in the big wide world watching this, whether you like Flesh and Blood or not, which is obviously the main audience that I have. If you just want to come here to have a chat, then by all means, feel free to do that as well. But yeah, stay away from those people because they are wasters. We don't like wasters. Did you see Tall Timmy is growing his mustache? I think he wants to look more like you. Maybe he'll grow the mullet out next. Yeah, I did see that actually. Fluke and Box also has a tash going on in his recent unboxing video. He has a tash going on as well, but I think it's because of the Movember incentive. So in November, I think you grow out weird facial hairstyles. So I think that was maybe subconsciously in my mind when I grew this out. It was mainly because I didn't shave for a long time as a result of going to San Jose and stuff. I got back and my beard was just all over the place. So I shaved it all off. I always leave the mustache for last, and then I just thought, oh, this looks interesting. I'll leave this on. I was getting sort of Billy from Stranger Things vibes, and with a mullet and stuff, and I was just like, yeah, I'll leave this on for a while, and it's just stuck ever since then. For the last week, I've had this, but yeah. Honestly, relatable. Back in high school, used to hang out with everyone not in my grade, with everyone not in my grade to play D&D or MTG after school. Absolutely, yeah, exactly. Games are a universal thing. Fantasy worlds and stuff are a universal thing that allow you to escape from your life into a place where you feel safe, and that's the great thing about games in general, fantasy worlds in general. stories that you can tell which you wouldn't be able to tell in the real world because it's just fucking boring and full of the aforementioned taxes. Yeah. So yeah, keep playing games, keep reading stories and immersing yourself in other worlds rather than just the one. That's my advice for today. I think mustaches are really cute when they are short. When they are short? What do you mean? Your style is iconic, never change. No, exactly. You have to be your own person, Jacob. You can't or you shouldn't imitate somebody else. You just have to be who you are. You can take inspiration from others, but don't try and copy entirely. I'm not sure if you saw the mood board post was both on Twitter and Hive. But yeah, my main influences for my look, for my general energy at the moment are Austin Powers, Jim Carrey, White Goodman from Dodgeball, and Billy Hargrove from Stranger Things. That is my main mood board at the moment. Next Christmas card is for Hank and Amy, who Hank was in the chat earlier, Goblin Reserve. So yeah, I'm going to send one to him. He has already got his Azalea Cult membership card, so I don't have to send those out to him. With a short, I mean not thick. I don't know how to explain it. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I know what you mean. Yeah, mine isn't ridiculously thick and stuff. It's just like, just a little bit of hair. Yeah. I've always just been me. Never been a fashion follower. No, exactly. Yeah, sod that. It's like, I don't know whether this will offend some people or not, but I just don't watch TV either. I don't watch all of the stuff that's on TV. I don't watch I'm a Celebrity. I don't watch Strictly Come Dancing. This is UK television. I just don't watch television at all because it's just fucking shit. It's boring. I don't watch Eurovision. I'm not even watching the World Cup right now. I just don't watch anything on TV anymore. I just think it's all garbage. I don't watch anything on TV anymore. And as a result of that, I make my own content, which I hope people enjoy more than this processed stuff that's out on TV. Whose card was this? This was Hank and Amy. So this is Hank and Amy. Are the audio levels okay, by the way? I can hear, obviously, music in my ears, but I don't know whether that's too loud or too quiet, or whether it should be louder or whatever. Mood board was on point. Absolutely, it was. Yeah, the individuals in that post were just fucking next level. I hated when the trend moved into everyone having facial hair. Damn hipsters. Oh, absolutely. Yeah, the big bushy beards and like lumberjack look. Oh god. Yeah, god. Yeah, fucking hate that shit. Everyone was doing it, weren't they? Everyone was doing it. It's like the ripped jeans thing. The ripped jeans thing as well. I was doing that back in 2014. This was a bit of a throwback. I was doing ripped jeans back in sort of 2014, and then that came into fashion. Like everybody's wearing ripped jeans now. Like all the cool kids are wearing ripped jeans. It's just like, come on. Simon Denning has the best mustache in Fab. So, all right, yeah. Push the point, Simon. Yeah, he's got the absolute twizzle going on, hasn't he? Yeah, absolutely. He's got a great mustache. The only reason I thought that the World Cup was coming was that Microsoft alerts thought needed a countdown on my computer. Yeah, World Cup. Audio is perfect. For me, it sounds okay. Brilliant. For reference, I've had a full beard for over 20 years now. Nice. I'll be watching plenty of the World Cup. I just like watching sport. Yeah, World Cup. It's a fair shout. I just don't like watching football anymore. I prefer playing it. I play football every Wednesday. Playing tomorrow actually. Definitely prefer playing than watching, and it's similar to everything else really. I prefer doing than spectating. But that's just me. I'm still young. I can still do these things, I guess. But yeah, I love playing football. But I've grown out of the I mean, I used to love watching like the old Galacticos, like Real Madrid, the old school teams, like with Beckham, Roberto Carlos, Zidane, Figo, all in the same team. That was just mad. Like back in those days, 2005, 2004, that's when I watched football, and that's when it was awesome. But now it's just like VAR and people tripping over and faking injuries, and it's just a fucking theatre now. Whereas back then, it was just so much better. That's my opinion anyway. I'm way too unfit to actually play. Yeah, it's tough. It is exactly. Yeah, obviously I'm just enjoying it now while I'm still younger, I guess. I mean, there'll be a time when I can't play either. Luckily, I might not look it, but I do have very, very strong legs. I cycle a lot. I don't have any transport. I don't drive right now, so I just cycle everywhere, and I have done for my entire life. So I guess I'm just innately good with regards to that. My makeup genetically is quite good, I think, with regards to that. Luckily, I'm quite blessed with that. Mika is saying I hate sports in general. Yeah, that's fair enough. It's not really something that this sort of audience, flesh and blood, fantasy, sport, doesn't really mix that well. So yeah, I appreciate where you're coming from there. Football is a mess, but I still enjoy watching some. That's my feeling, but I appreciate that others enjoy the spectacle. Yeah, me too. Yeah, that's just the way it is, unfortunately. There's so many things to be interested in this life, and not everyone's going to be interested in the same things. You can't please everybody, unfortunately. Right, so this is for Breezy and Fan. Breezy, what a man. Again, he's on Twitter as well. Breezy. You probably would have seen some of his, if you're on Twitter, you would have seen some of his short videos that he's been doing with his wife recently, which are quite funny, I might add. Very funny. So this is for Breezy. Unless you include blood sports. Like flesh and blood. I don't watch this American football because the Cowboys have been so bad for so long. I don't even know who that is. I don't even know who they are. But so this is for Breezy. Okay, cool. So they've got Christmas card. Nothing else. Christmas card. Breezy. Cool. So we've still got quite a few to go, to be honest. I mean, I've been doing this all day. I should have been working, but I've been doing this all day as well. Maybe I don't like sports since the girls' team in my school only play basketball or do gymnastics or whatever. Only play basketball or gymnastics. Yeah, it's quite limited, isn't it? You should have an option as to what sport you might want to pursue. I guess maybe that should be an option. Is, you know, if you like the look of a sport or if you like the look of something that's got exercise involved, maybe you should have the choice to play whatever sport you want to play. I don't know. It's difficult. It's hard to get introduced to sport and to pursue it, I guess, unless you've been susceptible to it, like watching it or having it being played in your house, or your parents are like, oh, you should do this, you should play sports. I think it's something that's maybe even forced upon you to a certain degree, playing sports. Because why would you adopt it otherwise? Grand Engin, welcome to the chat. Hope you're well. I've packaged up your. Well, actually, no, I haven't done yours yet because I'm still waiting for the custom card to come in the mail. So yours are on hold until next week, but they should be out by next week for the people in the higher Patreon tiers that have the custom cards. They'll be sent out soon. Andrew, your stuff is being sent out as well separately because you still have the GoAgainGaming Open medal and runner-up playmat. My old school playmat is still coming out to you, and again I think that'll be next week now for that one. Cricket and rugby are both good to watch in person. Cricket, I don't know. Cricket and rugby good to watch in person. I don't know. It's just a mad scramble. Rugby for me is just a bunch of blokes running into each other. There's too many players on the field. Just too much. It's too hard to concentrate on what's going on. The only sport that I watch is tennis, because you can see 1v1 combat, one mind against another mind, and it's physical and mental, and it's just 1v1 combat. It's to me that's encapsulating. That's 1v1. It's mental and physical. That's the sport that I like to watch, is tennis, personally. Any sort of team sports now is just harder to watch for me, personally. Hang out with friends and having some pints is the biggest draw for many. Absolutely. I think we're gonna do like a live stream drinking session during the sort of Christmas New Year period. We're gonna turn on the camera like this, and we're gonna drink quite a lot. We'll see. I guess the only sport I like to watch is karate. Yeah, that's a good one. Like blood sports, I think that was what Mr. Kem, Super Mario Black Tiger, was referring to earlier. Blood sports in fighting is another one that I could potentially watch and get interested in, because again, it's 1v1 combat. It's one mind against another. It's not just teams. It's not just loads of people on a pitch. It's 1v1. It's you can really get into the emotional journey of that person, or that person in the arena, or the court as such, and therefore that's why I get into that much more. I think is the mind versus mind, metal versus metal, 1v1 sort of thing. Oh damn! Do you hate my liver? Yeah, absolutely. We all need to damage our livers simultaneously on a stream during the Christmas and New Year period. It doesn't even have to be playing card games. It's just gonna be chilling out and just having drinks. Oh shit! Super Mario Black Tiger. Funny seeing you here. Guess I'll be seeing you in 4 hours as well for the TCG TED draft. Oh, so you're all from the same area then? Super Mario Black Tiger and GoAgainGaming from the same area. Small world, eh? Right, next Christmas card is for Kel, Robin, and Potato. So this is Red Zone Rogue. Red Zone Rogue, his partner, and his dog getting a card here. So let's decorate this one a little bit. Kel, Robin, and Potato. There we go. Cool, I have a fab TCG score pad. Fab TCG score pad, what, like a pen and pencil, you mean? TCG Ted is another small fab YouTuber we support. I think, who's mentioned him before then? Who's mentioned TCG Ted before? Is that you, GoAgainGaming? You mentioned him before. TCG Ted. Recognise the name. But is Potato a real dog? Yeah. It is a real dog. I've seen it. It's a very small dog. So in comparison to your dogs, Andrew, it's not really a dog. It's more of like a creature, I guess. Your dogs are absolute beasts, aren't they? Absolute beasts. I'll share a picture on Discord. It came with my singles I ordered. Oh, I see. Okay. What from Fab TCG Cards? Aussie R. I know where that's going if I put that there like that. Yeah, Family History card's great. I don't count ankle biters. Love the cute little things though. Yeah, exactly. I can't remember what Kel told me his dog was a sort of Pomeranian cross Spitz, like a Pomeranian cross Japanese Spitz. So it's like a tiny little dog with like pointy ears, like a little curly tail, Pomeranian style. Yeah, it's quite cute little dog actually. Mika is saying, I'm more of a cat lover, but a cute dog is still a cute dog. Yeah, I like cats as well. Cats are very easy, aren't they? They just do their own thing. If you get a nice cat, it's lovely. I used to have a... Well, my nan has the cat now, but I used to have a what are they called? Maine Coon cat. I used to have one of those. The biggest cats that you can get. Biggest domestic cats that you can get. My nan has the cat now, but yeah, he's a massive cat. Massive furry cat. Brilliant. This is for Eric Reed, who has just has a Christmas card. Nothing else. Most cats I've dealt with are assholes in my experience. Yeah. Yeah, they very much can be. Yeah, very temperamental, some of them. Same, but I just so happen to have the neediest, cuddliest Siamese possible. Yeah, exactly. Well, if you get a cuddly cat, they are absolutely lovely. But if you don't train them correctly when they're kittens, they can just be absolute knobheads. They can just be absolute assholes, as you said, Andrew. But if you train it correctly, they can be very nice, very needy. That's for Eric. Just a Christmas card for Eric there. John, so he's just got a Christmas card as well. Those Alien Cult membership cards. Well, my cat jumps on top of me and at 3 AM to ask for food, and then after I give her food, she annoys me for 20 minutes for no apparent reason. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, that's just standard cat situation. They absolutely adore you when they know you're giving them food or treats, that's for sure. So that is for John Abbott. Alec is saying same, so he agrees here with you, Mika. So, except at 4 AM sometimes, and then if I sleep through, it keeps trying for at least another hour or so. The recent trick has been to feed him breakfast before I go to sleep. Good idea. Absolute tactics there. Oh wait, who's this for? John. Is it John Abbott? Before I seal it. John. Yeah. Cats are funny, aren't they? Cats are funny indeed. I used to have quite a few cats in an old apartment with an old partner. We had 5 fucking cats in the same apartment. It was stupid. It was absolutely stupid. Who is training who in this situation? Yeah, exactly. You're just herding them at this point, John. But you're just a shepherd. You're just an absolute shepherd to the cats at this point, doing their bidding. Thank you, Andrew, for getting rid of that message. I've definitely been trained here. He can tell. I can't. Exactly. Oh, it's nice having a moderator. Cheers, Andrew, for that. Getting rid of the sexfind.info. Fuck off, stupid bots coming into the GoAgainGaming stream. I guess I'm not home that much recently. She misses me, so I try to stay as close as possible. Yeah, nice. Make most of that time with that loving cat. Lovely old job. This is for Luke Black, who's just got an Azalea Cult membership, Azalea Christmas card. Luke Black. Let's write this on here afterwards so we don't forget. Not many to go now. At least they'll all be sealed up then. So wave 1 of the Christmas cards will all be sealed up. And then I can just print off the labels tomorrow when I go to work, when I go into the office. And then send them all out probably Thursday for wave 1 of the Christmas cards. But this is literally like having another job at this point. It's crazy. It's absolutely crazy. I didn't expect the Christmas cards to do that well, but 55 people signed up to get them. Wave 1 of the Christmas cards, the first 50 were all gone in the first 24 hours. When I put up the post, and I think wave 2 of the Christmas cards has what, 5 done on there? I could probably check that right now. Actually, where's my phone? I will check to see what other work I have to do. Let me just check. Red Zone Rogue just retweeted my Twitter post about lamination. Cheers, mate. Thanks for that. I'm not sure if you're watching this now in the future, but thank you very much for retweeting that. Robin has subscribed to my channel. Is that you? Is that you in the chat there? Mika? Are you Robin? Did you just subscribe to my channel? Robin... No, that's someone else. Robin Bossman subscribed to my channel. So the thing is as well about this as well, like being in the Flesh and Blood creator space, and doing content regularly and stuff. I know I'm not big. I'm not really a big YouTuber at all, to be honest. I'm nearly at 1,000 subscribers, which means I can monetize content, which is a nice step for me. But even now, like nurturing an audience and connecting with people and just having a nice time and hopefully having that effect on others as well, just chilling out and having a nice time, is a lot of work. It's a lot of work. Mentally as well, like socially, it drains you. Luckily, I'm not easily fatigued, like mentally. I think I'm very strong mentally, but that's mainly because I haven't had no traumatic experiences in life yet. So when that happens, I will need to lean on everybody, I expect. So I'm quite lucky. Up until this point, I've had no traumatic experiences in life. So when that happens, I will need you all. That's for sure, because I probably just will descend into a hole of madness, I guess. Because at the moment, I'm very, very optimistic about everything in life, and I'm just very much in it to have a good time. But when shit hits a fan, I might not know how to deal with that, but we will see. That went deep, didn't it? Fuck me. Okay, right. Brendan and Jacqueline. No, it's not Kel's. It's not Kel's partner. You've just subscribed. Oh, thank you very much. You're the biggest British fab YouTuber I know of. Yeah, that's. It's an interesting statement to make, because obviously, interesting statement to make there, Super Mario Black Tiger, because I'm not the largest British YouTuber with regards to sheer numbers. Push the Point podcast have more numbers than me with regards to subscribers, and Steelfer also has more numbers than me in terms of subscribers. But on a global scale, I think I have put myself in more places, put myself in better positions than both of those channels potentially. And the reason I did that as well is I'm just reading the chat quickly, and then I'll continue with this story. The whole of madness, I have that on my calendar each year. I call it March. Yeah, absolutely. That is your horrible period of time, isn't it? Doing your work. Yeah, can't imagine that. Cementenium, thanks for joining into the chat, because I need to remember who you are. Is it Andres? Is it Sebakorji? It is, isn't it? I think it is. Cementenium is Sebakorji in the Discord, and Andres. Is that right? Netherlands man? Is that you? It is you. Fantastic. Thank God. Because I owe you a Zayli Cult membership card. This one. And your Christmas card is also here as well. So I will do you right now after I've done this one. So thanks for reminding me. I would have got to you eventually, but I needed to remind myself who Cementenium was on YouTube. But now I remember, and I did get it right the first time. So thank God for that. Holland Bravo Boy. Yeah, exactly. I actually put Bravo Man on your card. I'll show you in a minute. But my story was with regards to the British YouTuber thing. I put myself in more places globally than I believe Push to Point and Steelford did. They were very much UK and UK only, whereas I expanded straight away. I got in contact with Red Zone Rogue and DM Armada for the UPF series, and appeared on Instant Speed podcast quite early on. So I think my exposure has been better than the other UK YouTubers, although I have lesser numbers than them. But I actively set out to go global straight away. And the story behind this was a band called Asking Alexandria. So people in the chat that are familiar with Asking Alexandria, put your hand up or say, oh, I know them, they're brilliant, or they're shit, or whatever. But Asking Alexandria were a UK-based metalcore band that started back in 2008, 2007. And they knew, from the very, very start, they knew that if we solely focus on the UK and the UK only, what will happen? Absolutely nothing. Because UK, in comparison to the entirety of the rest of the world, UK is fucking small in comparison to everywhere else, right? So what Asking Alexandria did is they travelled to the US and toured the US. Not only because US is a massive consumer of metalcore music and everything in general, right? USA consume everything. But USA is massive in comparison to the UK. So their opportunity was a lot larger if they went to the US. Luckily they had families that could back them to go on tour in the US on like a tour van situation, and sometimes you just have that resource available to you, right? But that's what they did. They just packed up and moved and basically toured the US for as long as it took for them to get recognised and recognition, and they just blew up from that, right? They were just a small metalcore band from the UK who had a vision, who had a goal, and they wanted to conquer the world, like Alexander the Great. Alexander the Great, that's why they called themselves Asking Alexandria. It's like a spin on that, basically. And yeah, they went to the US and they blew up massively. Asking Alexandria, probably one of the biggest metalcore bands, and they've took a completely different direction now going forward. But yeah, it's something that I took a lot of inspiration from when starting this channel. I wanted to connect with the USA and the world at large, rather than just the confines of the UK, especially because the UK is going through some absolute trash recently. So yeah, I made it my goal to connect with everyone, not just UK-based people. And I think the way I am as well, the way I come across and stuff, I'm very optimistic, and I think that's mainly the USA mindset. Is that, oh yeah, you're free, you can do anything you want, you can achieve anything you want, etc, etc. I think that's very much my mindset melds with USA people more than my own kin, I think. As much as I appreciate the UK and stuff, I think that I get on better with American people for whatever reason that is. But yeah, that's the whole story behind why I did what I did and got in contact with the American peoples, because there's more opportunity there. It's the land of opportunity, they say. And in this case, it was just because of the sheer size of the people that were consuming flesh and blood and consuming that sort of passion and interest in general. And as well as that, LSS themselves recognise this. They know that the that America is the biggest consumer of card games and biggest consumer of just everything, really. So yeah, that's that story, really. Pretty big brain move, Cementenium is saying. Absolutely. Yeah, cheers for sharing as, no problem. That I just thought, yeah, why not? That's the reason for where I am and how well I am doing in this space right now. And I wouldn't even consider myself doing well in the space. It's just I'm having a good time. I've made some great connections, and as a result of that, had some good opportunities. So I'll take it. I will take it. Anyway, let me just have a drink after that absolute TED Talk. Good mindset to have. I want to do more fab content and see that planning stuff out and making contact with people is really important. Yeah, it is. And Twitter, you know, as much as Twitter is in the shitter right now, Twitter is in the shitter. Didn't mean to make that rhyme. As much as Twitter is in the shitter at the moment, I don't think it's going to die. And the reason I'm saying about Twitter is because that was the ultimate networking tool early on. Back when I had 100 subscribers, I made a Twitter, I made an Instagram, I made all those social platforms out there to use them as a way to connect with other people in the space. And Twitter was the way forward at the time because no one was on there. DM Armada was on there, Red Zone Rogue was on there, I think a few other sort of YouTube channels that were slowly growing as a result of the fab boom were on Twitter. But luckily I was on there at the right time, the right place to connect with these people. And another story was that sort of got me in contact with Kel, Red Zone Rogue, one of my closest friends in space now actually, was I was on Twitter one day, and I'll just say goodbye to these people first. And I'm off to watch an episode of QI with my missus before bedtime. Have a nice one, Andrew. Thanks for stopping by. I'll continue that story in a moment, just reading the chat. Definitely seems to be working. The connection's definitely better, help bring more in. Absolutely, I'll get onto that in a moment. I imagine Az's TED Talk would be talking out my ass. Absolutely. I could speak for ages to talk out my ass. Like, talking out my ass all day long. Anyway, yeah, so Twitter. Networking. Advice on that. So yeah, I got into Twitter early on, and there wasn't many fab personalities, fab channels and stuff on Twitter at the time. So yeah, I was connecting with everybody and you know, commenting on their posts and stuff. And that's what you do with social platforms. Social platforms, you engage with other members of the community. You comment on things. You like other people's posts. You bring people up when they're down. You say, "Oh, great video, nice one, really, really good work, gents. Well done." I'm all for elevating other creators. I'm not for being jealous of other people. I'm not for, you know, comparing myself to others. You're very much your own person. Whether you're making content or not, you are very much your own person. So just be nice to everybody. Get in the comments of your favourite people that inspire you. And I did a video on Hive recently about this. But social platforms are not for posting your content and spamming people with your own content. That is not what social platforms are for. Once you've built your audience on there, then by all means feel free to post, "Oh, this is my latest video. Oh, this is my stupid graphic that I made. Oh, this is a conversation I had," etc., etc. But until that time, until you've built your audience, social networks are crap for promoting your things because the algorithm doesn't work in that way. And I'm not really one to study algorithms and what works and what doesn't. I just do my own thing. But what I do know is that social platforms are fucking shit for promoting your own things. What social platforms are great for is networking and connecting with people, which then gives you more opportunities and potentially more audience as time goes on, right? So I was on Twitter, I was following Red Zone Rogue and stuff. He wasn't following me at the time because obviously I was just a nobody. But one day I posted a status on, well, not a status, a tweet. I tweeted out saying, I woke up today and I found out that I'd actually lost a couple of subscribers overnight. And when you're a small YouTuber, you really notice the numbers when they go up, when they go down, when they stay the same. When you're a small YouTuber and you're very focused on numbers, you shouldn't be really, you should just be doing your own thing. But back then, I was putting a lot of time and effort into it. I was doing like the GoAgainGaming Opens and stuff, and I was really sort of nurturing the people that enjoyed my content at the time. But I woke up one day and realised I'd lost 3 subscribers, and I was just like, I tweeted out and I was just like, what have I done wrong? What have I done? Have I upset some people? My last video, did I say something that hurt someone or what have you? I've lost 3 subscribers overnight. How do you recover from that? And then Red Zone Rogue read it and retweeted it and did a little quote tweet as well, saying this is just one of the things that happen as a creator. Don't let it get you down, etc, etc. Don't let it phase you. Don't let it hurt you. And then from there, I basically messaged him directly, and then I also recorded myself on my phone. I just did like a little selfie mode like this and recorded myself saying thank you so much for that. That really helped me on that day when I was feeling down. And from then, it's just been a blossoming relationship from there. So that's the lesson that can be learned from social platforms. Albeit Twitter is a bit of a shit show for like the Magic the Gathering community and the communities on there. There's a lot of saltiness and a lot of people that are just angry on there. But the Flesh and Blood community on Twitter is fantastic. There's not a bad word to say about the Flesh and Blood community on Twitter. We're very elevating of each other. We like to lift each other up, retweet each other's posts, like each other's things. Yeah, it's just fantastic. But yeah, social media is great for connecting with people, but don't use it initially. If you set up a social media account, don't use it as a shit posting thing, because you just lose value. You just look desperate if you do that, right? If you're creating a social platform to then just post your own stuff on there, then that's not being social at all, is it? That's just forcing your videos upon an audience that you haven't even developed, and nobody cares about that. Nobody gives a shit when you've got 0 subscribers what videos you're doing. So yeah, a lesson to be learned all round. Anyway, let me just go back up to the chat. Wakey000, welcome to the chat. I've never seen you here before. If you haven't subscribed, that would be fantastic. I'm on the road to 1,000. You could help me do that if you subscribe. Let me just read your comment actually. I think the big thing is you don't present yourself as a typical person from the UK. You have the accent, but you're relaxed and don't have the perfect outfit on, perfect presentation. No, fuck no. I don't give a shit what I look like. I don't care. I don't care about anybody else's opinions. I'm not well spoken. I'm not like, oh yes, I'm from the UK and I'm going to do this. And yes, the meta is very good right now, with Katsu being the main thing, using Carrion Husk to leverage his Arcanite Skullcap. No, that's not me. That is not me at all. But Mika is saying, well, I guess the main reason I have never drank beer. Oh, he was talking about beer still, so I'll get to that in a moment. And Waikey000, that's probably helped you to connect with others. Exactly. You have to be yourself. You have to be genuine, right? I'm not being someone who... I'm not trying to imitate anybody else. I'm not trying to be anybody else. I'm not trying to be a channel that does similar things to anybody else either. And yeah, that's it. You just have to be yourself, really. Beer. Why is there beer being discussed in the chat? Let's have a look. I used to brew my own beer at home. Haven't brewed in a while, etc, etc. But yeah, beer is cool. We'll be drinking some beer on a future live stream, that's for sure. Helps to, Alec is saying, helps to get to see what kind of person you are from interactions on social media. Exactly. If other people see you retweeting other people's posts, if they see you liking other people's posts, if they see you commenting on someone saying, oh, well done, you've just hit 600 subscribers, like I did today. Thunder, great podcast. Tall Timmy and Fluke, great people. I congratulated them on social media today saying, well done, gents, with a nice little heart, because 600 subscribers is nothing to snuff at. You know, you're getting there. It's just, you need to elevate the people around you. And if people see that, they respect that, and they think, oh, he's a nice guy. Maybe I'll go and follow him. Maybe I'll give him a sub. He seems nice. And that's what you need to be. You just need to be generally a nice person, and that's it. Just don't disguise your love for people in the space, especially if they are great people like Thunder, Fluke and Box, and Tall Timmy are. They're great guys, lovely Australians, yeah, I've had a laugh with them in the past. Gary Mack, his pants at Worlds, I'm here to have a good plus, he was super nice. Exactly. Gary, were you the man who gave me the Canadian's treats? Was that you? It was, wasn't it? You gave me the Canadian cakes. Yeah, my trousers on that day were questionable, but again, even James White was like, man, I love your style. It just goes to show, doesn't it? It's just that those sorts of things just permeate your personality. I'm not sure if anyone's seen in the chat. I'm not sure. Well, Gary's definitely seen them. Andrew's seen them, I think. But these are some trousers that just have ridiculous patterns on them, like sort of koi carp, like a Yakuza style tattoo, but on a pair of trousers, and they're like purple and pink and stuff. And yeah, I was wearing these trousers when I went to meet James White, and he was like, "Man, I love your style," and that to me was just like, "Wow, okay, my style was just absolutely bonkers." But that is what it's all about. You have to just be yourself. You have to express yourself in the ways you feel comfortable. And if that's a stupid pair of trousers, then so be it. You know. I came and said hi to Hank and you guys in line when you were waiting to meet James. Oh yes, okay. So you weren't the guy that gave us the Canadian treats then. That was somebody else. Oh, I get confused. I was surprised actually by the amount of people that came up to us and was like, "Oh yeah, you're so and so from so and so," and I'm like, "Yeah, that's me. you know who I am. Brilliant. How's your day been, etc., etc." But yeah, sorry if I don't remember the precise interaction, Gary, but I appreciate you being here nonetheless. And yeah, it was a great time. Did you meet James as well then? Did you meet him beforehand, or? I should probably get those videos up on the internet as well. I don't have them up there. Right, anyway, it's just fucking mail. I haven't been speaking for the last 20 minutes. I haven't even sent a card out. So it's Brendan and Jacqueline. Okay. Brendan and Jacqueline. Mika, I know this is kind of off an odd question. What do you think of school uniforms? School uniforms. They were things that I used to wear back in school. Yeah, when did I go to school? Fuck me, that was like... So I'm 32 now. So 32 minus 10 is 22. Minus 6 is... fuck. 16 years ago? 16 years ago was my last year at school. That was secondary school, which is in the UK is like high school, I guess. 16 years ago was my last year in school, and yeah, we had a school uniform. But I don't understand why we have school uniforms, especially in this day and age. I don't understand why that is. People should be, I don't know, maybe it could be, it's a pro and a con, right? Because people can dress up the way they want to. They can express themselves the way they want to, the way they feel comfortable. But as a result of that could also lead to like bullying as well. Like people taking the piss out of what you're wearing. And that could lead to some serious issues in the school itself. And you know, it can be a daunting place, school. You know, and the sort of clans and groups that form in school and stuff. And I remember getting the piss ripped out of me for a pair of trousers that I wore at school, because they were called ankle swingers, because they were trousers that were too short for my long legs. So the sort of the bottom of the trouser was like flapping around my ankle. So I remember getting the piss taken out of me for those, and I was just like, whatever, mate, I don't care, whatever, call me what you want, you're a dick. But yeah, I think there's pros and cons to school uniforms. The pros being, obviously, you can be comfortable in the clothes that you're wearing, you can be comfortable in how you're expressing yourself to others, but at the same time it can invite comments, it can invite bullying if someone else doesn't agree with what you're wearing. So yeah, it's difficult. Anyway, Brendan and Jacqueline, so that could be sealed. Personally, I'm not full uniforms. I like the freedom of being able to wear my own representative outfit. Absolutely. Though I do understand a lot of arguments for them. Exactly, yeah. Exactly. I'm all for expressing yourself, but in a school environment where it can be quite toxic and there can be uncontrollable factors in play, where there's just kids there that are just fucking dickheads and they just take the piss out of people for what they're wearing, when in fact they're probably wearing absolute garbage. But we're smart enough to not comment on their garbage. You know, there was a saying when I was growing up called, "If you haven't got anything nice to say, don't say it at all." So that was a saying that I grew up with in the UK. Was, if you have nothing nice to say, don't say it at all. Because what's the point? What's the point in being a dickhead? If you haven't got anything nice to say, don't say it at all. That's one of the sayings that I grew up with, and rightly so. Rightly so. The only time I had uniforms was in private school, and that's when I was very young. Yeah. Different things all over the place. My school announced last year that we will have them this year, and they don't look good. Yeah, great. Kids are going to be absolute dickheads. Even with the uniforms, they'll find a different reason. Yeah, it's true. That's true. That's true as well. You know, there's always going to be dickhead kids around, so why not just wear what you want? Yeah, that's also a good point. You're going to have confrontations anyway. It's unavoidable in school. And school, in a way, even though it's tough, it does build character. Struggles and tough times also build character as well. So as long as you get through it, you're going to be better on the other end, because you're going to be able to deal with it better to a certain degree. I don't know. It's hard to say. Depends what the experience is, I guess. But yeah. Oh shit, whose was that? That's Callum. That's Callum. I think that's Callum E. Darkness in the Discord. Oh shit. I fucked that up, didn't I? I fought kids when I was young because they were pricks. Good. Absolutely. Yeah. I got into one scuffle, and I never got into another one after that, because I was a bit of a chubster in school, so I was a bit sort of, you know, chubby in school, and I am still a bit chubby now, you know, but yeah, back in school, there was a group of lads that were giving me and my mate some stick. So they were saying, "Oh, look at those fat cunts or fat bastards or whatever," and then yeah, I was just like, "Fuck this," and I ran after one of them, and the group dispersed after that. When they saw me running at full speed, they didn't realise I was that fast, because I've got strong legs, right? As I said earlier, cycle a lot. Although I was quite chunky, and I still am quite chunky now, I can shift. I'm very quick. So as soon as they saw this, you know, this kid that they said, "Oh, you're a fat kid," running towards them at full speed, the group dispersed, right? And they started running away. And I focused in on one kid who was running away, and he was slow, I was quick. So I basically bolted at him full speed. He was running away, and basically I was running towards him like this. His back was in front of me. He was running away, and I caught up with him at speed and then pushed him from behind. So all of my force from running at full speed pushed him in the back. He went flying forward, smacked his nose on the front of a school door, and I broke his nose basically. And he was bleeding and he was crying. It was like that. And I was just laughing at him. I was just fucking laughing at him because he was just such a dickhead. And he was like, oh, he called me obviously a fat bastard or whatever. And then obviously all of his group ran away. He was the one that I caught up with, and yeah, pushed him into the door, broke his nose. He was bleeding out of his nose, and the group and no one ever said anything ever again. So yeah, sometimes you just have to kick the shit out of someone. That's not probably great advice. But you shouldn't take shit from anyone, really. And while you're in school as well, you should call that out, really. Light doesn't equal fast, large doesn't equal slow, RPGs lie. Deserved, absolutely, Mika. Yeah, one of the reasons I got into martial arts was because I didn't like to fight. Need to lose weight again. Yeah, martial arts are... Oh, shit, whose card was that? Callum. Yeah. Yeah, martial arts are great. Martial arts are amazing because you don't have to fight. You can just disable someone, basically. You can just judo throw them over your shoulder and that's it. See you later. Yeah. I think every dickhead gets their comeuppance, and that was his comeuppance. Was saying I was a fat bastard was his last words. Well, not really. I don't know whether this person still exists, but that was a traumatizing experience for them, wasn't it? Getting their nose broken by a kid that they thought was fat, actually ran after them, catched up to them, was faster than them, pushed him into a door, and therefore broke his nose. I bet he didn't feel very, very funny after that, did he, when he's pouring with blood out of his nose? No. Wow. Unlucky for him. Okay, next person on the list. We've still got a fair few to go through here, and it's nearly 10 o'clock. That's normally my cut-off point. Orjan Somme. I think that's like some sort of German name. Just a card for them. I'll try and speed this up a bit now. I'll try not to go into too many stories. Violence may not be the answer, but sometimes necessary solution. Absolutely. Yeah. Yeah, it's yeah, it's difficult. In the heat of the moment as well, things can get out of hand quite quickly. Like then, you know, one of these big groups of lads just like, oh, you're fat, hey, you're fatties. And they're just like all like in their groups, like taking the piss, like all laughing and joking. And I was just like, right, I'm just not dealing with this anymore. Ran at them at full speed ahead, no concern for my own safety. But there we are. Oh shit, who was that? Orjan. Yeah, violence is never the answer, but there is no but really. You shouldn't really be fighting anyone. But I'm saying but again. There we are. Let's move on from that anyway. Seventennium, that's what I did. Some guy was pestering me like a whole day. Then at the end of the day, I was done with it and threw him on the ground without hurting him. Yeah. Exactly. But then I don't know. Views are views, aren't they? Sometimes I feel like sometimes you need to hurt them. Sometimes you need to. But yeah, that's just me, I guess. I'm not going to say anymore because I could descend into madness. You should never hurt anyone, really. But if they're just a fucking dickhead, then sometimes they need to be taught a lesson. I'm sorry. That's why I couldn't be a superhero. I could not be a superhero. If I had the powers of Superman, it's hard. Just imagine having that much responsibility. Imagine having the powers of Superman and having to deal with all the evil in this world. What would you do? How would you do it? How would you deal with it? Because I mean, it's one situation, isn't it? One situation being called a fat kid in a playground, but then having to deal with a multiple serial killer or something. If you had the powers and abilities of Superman, and you had to look that person in the face after he'd killed many people for no reason. Morality, yeah, evil. It's a tough one. I could not be a superhero. Superman's powers, yeah. I learned that if something happens, you can apply force within the lines of the law. Yeah. But what about when the law fails? What about when the justice? What about when the justice system fails? Everyone. I probably would go the Superman Red Sun way. Yeah. Absolute Soviet Union Superman. So this is for Quinn. Okay. It's like Daredevil, right? Who's watched Daredevil in the chat? You know, he goes out and just beats the shit out of people. But people that deserve it, right? He knows when people are lying because he can read their heartbeats. He knows when people are telling fibs. He knows when people are being evil. So, rightly so, he goes out at night and fucking beats the shit out of them. Because they're evil people. God. Imagine if we had superheroes. Imagine if we had people in this world that could fly. Imagine that. So that's for Quinn with a Christmas card. Imagine the responsibility you'd have if you had powers in this world right now. I can't wait for the Daredevil reboot. Absolutely, cannot wait either. I'm a little bit. I liked how he was portrayed in She-Hulk. To a certain degree, it was a lot lighter. So I'm interested to see where the reboot goes and whether it's going to be still along the lines of the Netflix show. You just described Violence Santa. Violent Santa. Welcome Ian. Yeah, absolutely. Welcome Ian to the chat. Right Time Gaming. Hung out a lot with Ian at Worlds. So that was good fun. Not as much as I probably would have liked, but obviously Ian was very, very busy actually competing at Worlds. So you had a lot of stuff to do, mate. So that's fair enough. Okay, next Christmas card is for Darivan. As well, Ian, I don't have your... I don't think you've filled out the form for a Christmas card. And you were one that I wanted to send one to. So after this, I will send you the link to the second wave of Christmas cards. So we can get you one sent out probably next week when I get the second batch. Oh, bollocks, I hate it when that happens. Oh, fuck's sake, that's a waste. I've still got a load of crap on the floor from when I did the sponsored box break as well. Still got fucking loads of packs all over the floor. Sorry, who's this for? Who's this for? Which one's this for? Darivan, okay. I thought the music had stopped then, but we've still got some time on the music. About half an hour or so left on the music, so I guess that's going to be our timer as to how long we hang out for today. But yeah, for people in the chat, Right Time Gaming also has a YouTube channel. So after this, go and check out Right Time Gaming. Oh shit, what was the name on this one? Fuck's sake, I just said it. I just said the name. What was it? I've forgotten it. Ballsack. Does anyone remember what the name was for this one? I completely just forgot it. I'll just cut it open again, aren't I? Balls. I have to cut it open again. Completely forgot what it was. Bullshit. It's a waste of an envelope. Never mind. Sounds good. I may just have picked something up to send you. Ooh, okay. I love this community. It's fantastic, isn't it? Daravan. Right, okay, there we go. Daravan. Should just be able to seal that back up. Yeah, easy. Daravan. Mika, thanks for hanging out, and good luck at school as well. Good luck. And again, we're probably going to be streaming again at some point, just chatting. So you don't have to be a fan of Flesh and Blood if you found this channel just by accident. You can come out and hang out again another time, for sure. Stay away from the dickheads at school. Yeah. Maybe we just do this more often. Just do like a just chatting stream every Tuesday or so. I mean, luckily I've actually got something to do here today. Just packing these absurd amount of Christmas cards that are going out. That's Daravan. And again, if you're watching this, I can see there's 12 concurrent viewers. That's quite a lot of viewers. If you haven't got a Christmas card, then get into the Discord and then go on to the channel news section, and there'll be a link where you can fill out a form for the Wave 2 Christmas cards. So, oh shit. So we have, so Wave 1 of the Christmas cards, all 50 of those went in the first 24 hours. So I thought I would do a Wave 2, which includes some select members of the community that didn't obviously request them. I just want to send them, and anybody else that wants to get them. So if you want to do that, if you haven't got one already, then you can go into Discord, go onto the channel news section and sign up on the form there. I just need to put in your address, shipping address, and I'll send it to you. No cost to yourself whatsoever. I thought I'd have time to actually do the labels tonight as well, but I might have time. Just depends how... Oh, it's going to take ages to do the fucking labels. We'll see. We still got some time. Might be able to get them done as well at the same time. But it's a lot funner just sat here chatting to people while doing this, you know, rather than just sat there on my own doing it. So yeah, and that's it really. I'm just hoping that I'm hoping that Fab do a roadmap for their events next year. I want to know where the events are and when they're going to be. I think that's one of the main things that a lot of people want, is a roadmap so they can plan where they're going. Because a lot of us are not pro players, right? So we work normal jobs. We do normal things like normal people, right? So we need to book holiday. We need to logistically find out whether we can go to some of these events that are happening all over the world. So we need a roadmap going forward. For us to actually commit to certain things. So I hope they give us that. I know they teased that obviously Pro Tour 3 is going to be in the US, but we need more. We need more info as to when stuff is happening. Hope for more EU events and at least one Japan event. Absolutely. We know that one Pro Tour is in the States. Yeah, absolutely, Alec. We know that so far. We don't even know where it is, but we know it's going to be in the US. That narrows it right down, considering US is fucking massive. But hey ho, I just hope they get that in order. But then saying that, let me just write this name down, Harrison. When the Living Legends podcast had Alan Hale on the show, the organised play manager, he did say that we can expect some form of roadmap. If I remember that conversation correctly anyway, he did say that we can expect something to be released soon. Hopefully that something wasn't the announcement that we got with regards to Pro Tour being in the US. Hopefully that wasn't the only thing that we can expect. But yeah. With that in mind, where would you like to travel next year? I think New Zealand would be sick. And I did have a little conversation with Michelle from LSS. It was a sort of drunken exchange, but I kept saying, "Oh, there's got to be a New Zealand Invitational next year. There's got to be a New Zealand event next year," and she was like, you know, like not saying anything but saying something, you know, subconsciously. Do you know what I'm saying? So I think there's going to be something next year in New Zealand, or maybe the year after, and it could be like a special event. That would be awesome, because obviously that's where the game is based. Albeit the logistics of a lot of people getting to New Zealand would be difficult, but I think that it would need to be done there, where the game began. So, shit, who was this letter for? I've wrote it on there already. So yeah, New Zealand would be awesome. Beautiful place as well. Lord of the Rings vibes. But apart from that, Japan would be awesome. I've always wanted to have an excuse to go there. They've opened their doors now. But I think the scene is still very much growing in Japan at the moment. I'm not sure if that's going to warrant like a calling or something. Would it be easy for China and Taiwan and Malaysia and stuff to get to Japan? Because obviously those scenes are developing in Asia, Bali and stuff like that. But is Japan an easy place to get for that sort of Asia Oceania region? Like Australians, can they get to Japan easy? I think it would do well. I think it would do well if it was in Japan, but I'm not sure if we will see a Japanese one just yet, because the scene itself, the Japanese scene itself, is not that big at the moment. But once they do, I think it's going to have the same effect. Like when we went to France, when we went to Lille, and we spoke to the game store owner for Rock and Bowl in Lille, he was saying that when the French language product came out in France, that is when it all took off for French Flesh and Blood. So I think it will be the same when we get Japanese language cards. Once we get the native language cards for these countries, I think that's when the game is going to pick up exponentially in their respective areas. And Japan is one of those places that absolutely love a good game. They love a good TCG over there. So I think it is a very good market for it as well. And even more so if you convert the game over to their language. And I think it'll be a nice little collector thing as well, because a lot of people love the Japanese Magic cards. Japanese language cards just look cool. So yeah, there is a nice aesthetic quality to them, and I know that if there were Japanese language cards, I would get some for sure. Gotta go. Have a good one, Canadian guy out. Nice one, mate. Thanks for joining. Speak to you soon, hopefully. Thanks for joining. I think they probably get a battle hardened. Yeah, that could be good. It depends on the country. You need a visa coming in from China to Japan. All right. And then we need Ziggy to answer if Japan is central or not that for the region. Yeah, absolutely. Ziggy is Brunei, isn't he? So I don't know whether that's easy to get to from Brunei. Yeah, but Ziggy is our sort of Asia man. He's over there. Raman as well. Raman is from Bali. He hops in every now and again to say hello in the chat. And we've also got Stormgate Games as well. Stormgate Games in Discord. Chris, who runs Stormgate Games. I have to ask him as well if Japan would be easy to get to. And we do want to speak to Chris in more detail on the Living Legends podcast when we speak about Asia, Malaysia, and all that sort of scene. So we probably will get Chris from Stormgate on the Living Legends podcast at some point to discuss that as well. Got a couple more cards to do. We're nearly there. Because is there a battle hardened in Hong Kong? Did I see that correctly? Alec got to go. Cheers, and hope the wrapping goes well. Cheers, mate. Thanks for joining. We'll hopefully see you again soon. But yeah, isn't there a battle hardened in Hong Kong? I think. Or is it? Oh no, it's this weekend. Oh, okay, right. It's this weekend. The battle hardened in Hong Kong. Is it battle hardened? Yeah, because that's good. That's interesting. Like Hong Kong getting one, right? China again, very good market to get into. Big consumer of things. So yeah, that's another good target. Battle Hardened is this weekend, right? Okay, nice. What is that? CC? Is it? How many cards have we got left? Still got maybe 8 left. So Ben Lindenstrauss, sounds German. But yeah, it'd be interesting to see, like even like Singapore. Like Singapore was it Singapore calling, wasn't it? Because I know a lot of Australians went to the Singapore calling. So it'd be interesting to see what Japan is like in comparison with regards to the location. But like you say, it might be a visa thing. It might be harder. I know that Japan has only just literally opened its doors recently because of COVID. You know, it's one of those countries that's taken absolutely ages to open its doors. So maybe it is more difficult to penetrate Japan for that reason. There's a lot of pros and cons to Japan as well, with regards to, like I watch a lot of abroad in Japan. Like one of my favourite channels that's not Flesh and Blood related is obviously Chris Broad and Abroad in Japan. And yeah, he goes into a lot of detail about Japanese culture and what's good and what's not good and all that sort of thing. It's the same with any country really. There's going to be pros and cons to everything, but I think there's a lot of things that they do that's very different and therefore harder to maybe penetrate with regards to trading card games. Great channel, yeah, it is. Yeah, fantastic. Really good channel. Remember watching it. I got into it because I started studying Japanese. Actually, I was doing really well with it, but then I discovered that I could make videos and do things, so I did that instead. That's when I started my old channel, Past the Turn, which was all Magic the Gathering content, and I just gave up on the Japanese language. It's a shame because I was doing very, very well at it. I was getting through the Japanese from Zero books. Yeah, Japanese from Zero, I think there's like 4 of them, and I got through the first one and got onto the second one. And yeah, I was doing really, really well with it, but then I discovered making videos and playing card games and doing content creation, and I think that's ultimately where my passion lies, is making things. But yeah, Chris Broad, great guy, great channel. Love watching his stuff. And he's going on a bit of a journey of a self-discovery at the moment with regards to all his fitness and stuff. I listen to his podcast every week. It's just one of those channels, one of those things that is non-fab related that I absolutely love, is Abroad in Japan and the podcast and everything. I listen to it every week without fail. It's just one of those things. It's just one of those things like you build into your routine, and you just hear that voice all the time. That's what I hope the Living Legends podcast is achieving. You know, hearing my voice, hearing Kel's voice and Bill's voice in your ears every single week. I hope that we help people on their commutes and their daily lives just by speaking about Fab in a non-meta, non-brain-burny sort of way. That's what I think the Living Legends podcast really does achieve well, is the fact that we are just a bunch of guys talking about flesh and blood, but not in a stupid meta-analysis, sort of brain-burny sort of way. I think it's just, you know, 3 guys having fun, sometimes 4 guys having fun, depending on the lineup. And I actually won't appear in the next episode of Living Legends because I just had a week off, spent some time with a partner, because every Saturday night is now Living Legends podcast. So, as you can imagine, the partner's like, when are you going to have a Saturday night with me? When are you going to have a Saturday night with me for once? And rightly so. Rightly so. That's just become the schedule now, is Saturday nights. Well, Saturday nights for me at least. For Kel, it's middle of the day on Saturday, and for Bill, it's like early afternoon. But yeah, Saturday nights for me are pretty good. As you can imagine, partner is like, oh, when are you going to spend a Saturday night with me? And that's why I took a week off this week. So this week, it is just Bill, Kel, and Ian, actually, who's in the chat. I was talking to a few people, and the idea of a Pro Tour Australia with a calling the week before or after in New Zealand would make the time cost of a trip a bit more appealing. Yeah, that makes sense. That does make sense. Is it hard to get from Australia to New Zealand, or vice versa? Because New Zealand is not as close to Australia as people think, is it? Australia is not close to New Zealand at all, really. How long does it take to get from Australia to New Zealand on a flight? Kevin's set. Next one. For everybody who is still here watching, I appreciate your time today. I know it hasn't really been a flesh and blood stream, but I think, like as we experienced earlier, we had someone in here who was not a flesh and blood player. They just found the stream that was just chatting. So maybe we do more of this in the future, just chatting. How many cards have I got left? I've still got Cementenium somewhere or another, right? Where's yours gone then? Maybe I did yours. Maybe I did yours already, Andres. I haven't put your Azalea Cult membership card in there, so I've got 4 left. And you're not here, so maybe you've been packed already. So I need to slice your envelope open again and put your Azalea Cult membership card in there, because I haven't done that. Who else have I not done? So everybody else is separate to the Christmas card. So they're Azalea Cult memberships that need to go out. So I need to get the shipping addresses for those. We've got some James White signed Azalea Cult membership cards, which are going to be used for a future giveaway. Yeah, so I must have done yours already, Andres. So I have to slice that back open in a moment downstairs after the stream and add the Azalea Cult membership card in there. It's about a 3.5 to 3.5 hour flight. Oh wow. Not as close as I would have thought, but not that far away in the grand scheme of things, no. I think you were doing mine when I came in. No, I haven't done yours. I haven't done yours yet. I was speaking about doing yours, but then I must have actually done it earlier when I wasn't streaming. So I will check, but your Christmas card isn't here, so I'm assuming I've already packed it downstairs but haven't put the Azalea Cult membership card in there. So I will confirm that later. So next is Geneva. Lady that I met at Kingdom Gaming Invitational back in January this year. who was a fan of the channel, which was nice. I like these kind of streams. Just got home at the start. Nice. I think this is maybe today, maybe as a result. Maybe as a result of today's stream, we just do a just chatting every Tuesday instead. And then maybe we do an Azalea online every Thursday. Because I know that next week we also have the potential of doing a patron pit fight next week. Because there's a few people that want to play pit fight next Tuesday, so we might just stream that on next Tuesday. But then yeah, maybe we just have more just chatting streams as well. I need to check my notifications actually, because my phone's going off. People reacting to my Facebook photos. People reacting to Hive. People reacting to the picture that I put on Twitter with regards to the laminated LSS things, which I showed you earlier. And then some Discord stuff as well. Cool. Okay, Ronnie. Super Mario Black Tiger, I'm always busy with work during your stream, so a stream I can just listen to is a nice change of pace. Yeah, exactly. I mean, with the Azalea Online stuff, I know you tune in to a few of those as well, Andrew. I know your name's Andrew as well. I know you listen to a few of those as well, and I think I try and do my best to adhere to people that are just listening as well. I like to explain all of my plays and what I'm coming up against when I am streaming the Azalea stuff. And I do like to commentate on what I'm doing, my play patterns. So even if you are listening to that and not watching it, hopefully you understand some of the choices, some of the decision points that I'm making during that as well. So hopefully you get some value out of that. I do like to endorse myself and the deck that I've made as to something and something that I know what I'm doing with it. There's some matchups that are just hard to play against, and some of them that I haven't really worked out yet. But I think the deck that I've made is sort of my definitive list for my mind, for my mindset. I've got a good record actually against Arachnes in CC with this list, because this list that I have is very big. It's got 74 cards in it. It's only running 6 pieces of equipment. So the actual list is 74 cards, and against Arachne that cares about milling away certain things, I don't really care about that because I'm not going to be milled out anytime soon. So the sort of going to fatigue against Arachne is also a nice little game plan. But also the deck that I've made and the way my mind works is I like to play the game in the moment. I don't like to really set up or do stuff like that. I found that I just like to play the cards in the moment, and I think that works against Arachne quite well. Just playing in the moment. I could be speaking absolute trash, but that's the way I like to play. I like to play reactively, but also proactively as well with the cards that I'm given, because there is still variance in card games. So I like to live in the moment with the cards that I'm given. But luckily with Azalea, she does have quite a few good card selection, card filtering tools that she can use, like the cross wrap. The reload mechanic is very good for obviously loading a card into your arsenal, then having a look by flipping it up with the cross wrap to see what the top card is. If you don't like that card, you can put it to the bottom. Then if needed, you can blindly activate Azalea, put the top card of your deck face up into your arsenal, and still go 2 cards deep off of a reload. Which I think is very, very good. You don't really get that kind of stuff in the Sandscour Great Bow sort of build. And I know that a lot of people are experimenting with Sandscour Great Bow at the moment and New Horizon with the interactions there. I still haven't experimented with it yet. I probably will do at some point, but I'm still very much in that mindset of I know what my list does, etc, etc. So quite adamant to change it right now, but you will definitely see me playing with Sandscour and other Dynasty tools very, very shortly. From now to 2023, there are a bunch of new card games hitting the market. Are there any new games you plan to take a look at? I just picked up starter set for Soulforge. I don't know, to be honest. I wish I had more time to play the board games that are on my shelf in the background, but I just don't. I just don't have the time. The other sort of card game that I have a lot of stuff for is Magic, Commander. Obviously, that's what I used to play before this. I've got more Commander decks than I do Fab decks. And that's only because they have just remained unchanged since my transition from Magic to Fab. But I still have a load of Commander decks, and I don't get even time to play those with my friends that play. You know, my friends are always like, "Oh, I just want to play Commander," and I just don't have time, really. I've got this channel to blame for that and to thank for that. The fact that I don't have time. Because I'm just doing stuff on the channel a lot these days. And oh my god, this playlist has come to an end, which means that it's a 2-hour playlist. We've been streaming for 2 hours now. So that's that. We'll just go into another hour playlist here. Oh, there's an advert playing. Is this the same person? White Bat? Yeah, so it's no copyright. That's okay. We'll use this one. So yeah, I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to play many more games. Soulforge does look cool, but I just don't think I have the capacity to be able to play as much other games as I would like. Final Fantasy was... Oh, let me just read this person's name. This is the last person, actually, and then I'm going to do the labels. Chris McDonough something. Okay. Final Fantasy was a game I really liked the mechanics and stuff of. Borrows a few elements from Fab as well, like pitching cards and never having a dead card in hand. You can always use cards in your hand for resources. I think it's a nice system, and it's a relevant system for games these days. Shit, what was that person's name? McDonough something, isn't it? No, that's it. That's the first wave of Christmas cards done. That's the first wave done. Okay, cool. Nice. Anyway, Battle Spirits, yeah, looks quite good. Yeah, I think Kel's done a few posts about Battle Spirits. That looks quite good. Soulforge is quite fun. I like that it's a hybrid deck game, so deck building is easy. You can just pick 2 half decks to shuffle up and play. Yeah, so it sounds like Jumpstart, like what Jumpstart was trying to achieve, or Smash Up the board game. Smash Up is like similar to what you were saying there, Ian. With you just take two decks, smash them together, and you can play. I've never played Smash Up, but it's always been included in top 10 board game lists and stuff that I listen to. I used to listen to a load of Dice Tower, Tom Vassell, Z Garcia, Sam Healy. Sam Healy's no longer at the Dice Tower, obviously, but yeah, I still love to listen to the new board games that are out, because that's one of my favourite game types, is playing a thematic board game. I do love a good board game. I think board games are very good things to invest in, especially if you've got a nice little play group. You can have some really awesome experiences in board games. Chris Tucker Gaming just tuned in. Evening all, evening Chris. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for stopping by. And yeah, we have just been chilling today. We've just been chatting today. And Pascal is here as well. Welcome, Pascal, the Swiss man himself. I've already done your Christmas card. But yeah, this has just been a chilling stream. So Chris Tucker, welcome to the chat. I've never seen you in the chat before. So if you haven't subscribed, please do so. We're on the road to 1K subscribers, hoping to achieve that by the end of the year. And we do have a nice celebratory artwork and playmat lined up for when that happens. So stay tuned to the journey. It's going to be a good one. Anyway, Ian, what are you saying about if you like board games on YouTube, check out No Rolls Barred. I haven't seen them or listened to them before. Chris Tucker, it's only found on Discord and Patreon. Oh, nice. Okay, lovely. Ah, right, yeah, of course. Yeah, I have done your card recently as well, actually. Your Christmas card and Ting is downstairs. Because was you in the Patreon pool? Did you join the Patreon in time for the Patreon pool? I can't remember. I think you did. Or did you join afterwards? Rob Andrews was the last Patreon pull of that stream. Maybe you joined after that. You joined on that day, right? I see. Yeah, I thought so. No, that's fine. Yeah, well, I think the plan is because you're a patron of the pull as well, which means obviously you'll get involved in those streams next time. I think what the plan is we are going to do another Patreon pull stream in December. So the Patreon pull has evolved over the last year or so. Normally it was every month. We used to get like 2 or 3 packs out of the hat for one person in that tier. But now it's I was thinking a quarterly, every 2 or 3 months live stream where every patron of the pool and above gets a certain number of packs depending on how many boxes we get. So the next one is probably going to happen in December. So yeah, we're gonna have another Patreon pool, but I think it's going to be history packs that we do, because it's a momentous occasion for the channel, and we will get 1,000 subscribers hopefully towards the end of the year. And I think history pack or history cards is a nice way to revisit the history of the game that we've experienced so far. So I think that'll be a nice way to sort of chill out and open some history pack and see what we can get. There's 36 packs as well in a history pack box, which means that each patron of the pool and above will get more packs to be allocated to them, basically. Whereas if we do a normal draft set, it means we only get 24 packs, which at the moment, based on the amount of people that are patrons of the pool and above, you might only average out 2 packs each, 1 or 2 packs each, depending on what's going on. So, yeah. Super Mario Black Tiger is saying, planning on joining patron of the pool tier next month after I get charged on the 1st. Oh, okay. No, that's fair enough. Yeah, I think you're a living legend at the moment. But I appreciate the support either way. You know, the fact that you are choosing to contribute to this channel's growth monetarily is mind blowing for me, and I really do appreciate the support that everybody gives me. And I hope that I'm giving you some value in the form of entertainment, connection, and yeah, just having a nice time with people. That's what this channel and this ethos is all about. But yeah, that's pretty much what we have done today. We've got all those packages done. We just now need to basically put all of the labels, all of the addresses into Royal Mail website, and then just print them all off, charge them all, which is probably going to be, as I said, probably going to be around about 70, 80 quid, I reckon, to send out all of these packages. It's going to be more by next week, so it's probably going to cost around about £100 to send out every single Christmas card across the multiple countries that we've procured. So yeah, bit of a task, but it needs to be done. It needs to show the appreciation for people that have joined me on this journey so far. Anyway, planning on... Okay, so Pascal, would still there be English or other language of historic? Yes, there is. Well, in the UK there'll be English history packs, the white border ones that I can get my hands on. So I probably will just do the English history packs. Depends really. We could try and get hold of some German or some French, but I think the English one's probably the safest way to go. And who doesn't love a white border? You know what I'm saying? Don't remind me of how bad postage is. Yeah. Bit of a nightmare. But I'm sending all of these postage as gifts. So yeah, hopefully it shouldn't be stopped, like customs and all that sort of things. It's just a gift. It's just a free thing that I'm sending. Basically, it's not a good or service. Really, it's just a gift. Can send German ones if you want. What, German history? Maybe we do a poll. Maybe we do a poll for what we can get. I was going to say we could do Dynasty, but I just don't know anywhere that does it anymore. I think it's all sold out. I'll have to ask Chaos Cards again if they've got any or plan on getting any more. Maybe we could do a poll. I was just thinking history pack would be a nice way to celebrate the journey so far, basically. Yeah. But if it is English, I'll give mine to Chris, since I have all the cards in there, and he got left out last time. That's nice of you. There we go. That's a GoAgainGaming community at its finest. People just giving cards away because other people didn't have the chance to do it last time. Yeah, that's pretty much all that we was going to do today. We're just going to pack these, and it's pretty much bang on time for the 2-hour mark. For people that have listened and watched these streams before, you would have realised that recently I had some internet issues where things were cutting out, but it doesn't seem like that's happening anymore, because I did get a signal booster for this room, which means that my computer is basically plugged into a Ethernet cable is plugged into a signal booster, which is then grabbing the Wi-Fi from the house, from the downstairs. So yeah, having a lot better connection situations now than what I did before. I'm not going to jinx it. Hopefully not going to jinx it. But yeah, that's pretty much all we've got time for today. It's getting late over here, 10:30 PM. A pound of flesh is coming in now, saying "as." Welcome to the chat. Welcome to the chat. Bit of a shame that we can't. Chris Tucker is saying, "What a legend! Thank you. Great community this is." Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, you joined the right one. Again, it's a global community that people are happy to be a part of, and just happy to gift people other things by the sounds of it. But yeah, Pound of Flesh, welcome to the chat. It's a shame you joined when you did, because we are basically just about to wrap up for the evening. This has just been a chill out sesh, packing away, packing Christmas cards to people all over the world. I'm not sure whether you've filled out the form, Pound of Flesh. Have you filled out the form for a Christmas card? Are you in? I'm not sure if you're in my Discord. Are you, Pound of Flesh? I'm not sure if you're in the Discord or not. But there's a form you can fill out for Wave 2. Okay. Well, yeah, don't feel like you need to go in there. It's just that if you want a Christmas card from me, there is a Wave 2 of Christmas cards available that are being sent all over the world. So if you fill out the form, which is in the Discord, then you can get one, basically. I've just filled out 55 Christmas cards, and obviously I still need to fill out more that are part of the Wave 2, which is coming the end of this week. So yeah. I'll hit you up after. Yeah, no probs. Just do that on Twitter or whatever, or what have you. Whatever's easier. Loving the stash. Thank you very much. I've had that comment quite a few times. So I think I'll keep it for now. We'll keep it going. I've been compared to Billy from Stranger Things. I'll take that. He's a good-looking guy. Don't know if the girlfriend likes it though. That's the thing. Originally, it was done because I had a beard from Worlds, like a roughly beard from after Worlds. I hadn't shaved for like a week, and then I was just like, I'm just gonna shave all this off, and the stash was still there. I'm just like, right, I'm gonna leave this here. I'm gonna surprise her when she gets back with the stash, and didn't really enjoy it, but I think she's getting used to it now. Yeah, I think it just goes with the overall look, you know, the mullet, stash, you know what I'm saying? But yeah. You should call it the tickler. It is, yeah, it's like a bit of a little bog brush on the underneath the nose. It tickles the lips. I think there's a couple of stray hairs that need to be trimmed because it's like overlapping onto the other lip. So I think I just need to tidy it up a little bit more. But yeah, the aesthetic is quite nice. I must ask you a question, but I'll save it for later. Very good. Absolute classic there from Playtime TCG coming in with the mustache. But yeah, that is pretty much it for today, unfortunately. So thank you very much for everyone who's tuned in, even though this has just been a just chilling stream. Maybe we're going to do more of these going forward. Just chilling out and just having a chat while doing other chores. I'd say, because there is a lot of work that goes into being a content creator, and especially when you want to give back to the community that you've built for the last year or so. And that's exactly what I'm doing. Look at the state of this. This is just half of the packages that I've done. This is half of the packages that I've done. This is what I've done on the stream today. And that's just half of what I've done. And there's still more to be done as well. And this is all going out for free. It's all going out for free. All you need to do is fill in a form and you get a special Christmas card from me that is an exclusive Christmas card that will never be printed again. I'll do a different one next year. So make the most of it while you can. But yeah, that's all part of being a content creator. That's all part of being an entertainer. That's all part of being someone that people can look to in the space. You have to nurture the community. That you have to nurture and take care of the people that give you the time of day. That's just what you have to do, and I enjoy it. It's great. Oh my fucking god! Tickles the lips. Going to snip that? Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, it needs to be done. There's a lot of little bits hanging over that need to be snipped. Yeah, needs to be snipped. It is a part of being a fucking awesome person. Absolutely, absolutely, Supperworm. Absolutely, Pascal. You know it, mate. Absolute red hat for life. Red hat for life, mate. That's an absolute memory. Absolute red hat. Picking it up in Lille. And I've documented that as well. So wherever you go in the future, whenever you go to go to an event in the future, you wear the red hat that was purchased on a GoAgainGaming video. Because we caught that moment. What a great moment that was! You purchasing the red hat for your life. It's not a real mustache until you are eating it. Anytime you're eating food, absolutely, yeah. Anytime you're eating food, if you're eating your mustache at the same time, that is when you know you got a good one. Because yeah, it's always nice to eat your own hair as well. Braid, welcome to the chat. Hello, thanks for joining. I keep saying as well. I keep saying that we're going to wrap this up because it's every day I taste hair. Yeah, and when you got a big beard, I watched this. I watched this YouTube channel called Beard Meets Food, and it's about this guy from up north in the UK that just travels around the world and does food challenges. And he's got the most ridiculously long, bushy beard, and he's eating absurd amount of food, and it's all getting in his beard and stuff. And he's like wiping it off and like doing this like constantly and rubbing all the oils and the grease into his beard. Maybe that's what makes it magnificent, is all the food grease and all the crumbs and everything, and he's just massaging it into his beard as he's eating. But the guy can eat food. You know, he's trained himself to do it. It's ridiculous the amount of stuff that he eats. Beard Meets Food, I think it's called. But yeah, some of the stuff that he's eaten is absurd. And of course, he would travel to the US to try their massive portion sizes. I didn't really take advantage of the USA's large portion sizes. I only ate. What did I eat when I was over there? Mainly burritos from the Sofa restaurant, which was obviously around the corner from the Worlds event, the San Jose event. That's mainly what I was eating. Obviously that was the main place where everyone was going to get food, because there was no food in there was food in the venue, but it was shit. It was awful. So everyone was going to Sofa, and there was like a little sort of bazaar place that had food from different parts of the country. Different stalls were set up, and they all had a different sort of varying cuisines. And I always opted for the Mexican because I just fucking love burritos. Absolutely love them. So easy to eat as well. You just hold them in your hand and just, yeah, nice and easy. But yeah. It's my cousin. It's Braden, my cousin. I see. I was like, wow, I haven't seen you in the chat before. That makes sense now. Hope you're doing well, mate. Thanks for joining in the stream today. We are going to wrap up soon, though, because obviously I've done everything that we needed to do. We've done all the Christmas cards for today. But hope you're doing well. Hope you're doing well, Braden. Probably see you at Christmas, I expect. Round the old Nanny McPhee, having a roast dinner and just absurd amount of food. Probably going to drink a fair bit on Christmas Day as well this time. I had a few drinks last Christmas. I think I just need to carry on a bit more. I think have a few beers and that. But yeah, I think that's the plan this year, is to all go around Nan's house, and then my mum's going to cook the whole roast, so she's going to do the whole thing, and we're just going to feast like kings, mate. So yeah, I'll see you there probably, I expect. I need to go to sleep now. Good night, Pascal, the wonderful Swiss man. I hope you're having a great time wherever you might be. But yeah, I think it is bedtime for a lot of us now, to be honest. So yeah, I watched that as well. Right Time Gaming. Wow. Okay, that'll be. I was reading two comments at once there. I was reading my cousin's and yours, Ian. But yeah, Beard Meets Food, fantastic channel. It's good to see that someone else watches it as well. I mean, I love eating though. I fucking love food, mate. Fucking love it. Absolutely love it. First time in the stream, Braden. Fantastic. Nice to have you here, mate. Even though you might not know what. Well, this is just a chatting about life stream, which we're probably going to be doing more on this channel every week. So yeah, you don't have to know what this channel is about. You don't have to know the Flesh and Blood card game, which is what this channel covers mainly. But yeah, this is going to be a just chatting stream where we're going to pop in and do it probably every week now as a result of the engagement that we've had today. But yeah, Cementenium, Andres, sounds like a great plan. Save me something. Absolutely. I don't think there's anything going to be. There's not going to be anything spare after this roast, mate. I'm going to fucking eat so much food this Christmas. I always say to myself, I'm gonna feast on Christmas Day, but I never do. I don't know why, but this time it's going to be different. I'm going to eat so much food. It's unbelievable. I'm going to force myself into a food coma that day, and I may even do, if people are around or are interested, I might even do a Christmas Day stream in the evening. and just get absolutely wasted on stream. Because I know that after the roast dinner, which is what we have on Christmas Day with the family, my girlfriend goes to her nan's house till like 10, 11 o'clock. So there's going to be a period where I'm going to be at home on my own for about 4 hours, 3 or 4 hours. So I think we should just put a stream on and just maybe have a few drinks on Christmas Day if people are available. I don't know, we'll see, but it could be a good idea. It's going to be like a mayor's birthday all over again. Oh, that was an absolute memory, wasn't it? Just getting absolutely wasted at a mayor's birthday. And then we obviously got on stage and we started hyping everybody up. That was ridiculous. We should have been paid as the entertainers that night. Who has the video of that? Who has the video of that moment when we all got on the stage and was like, yeah, let's go, and everyone was getting well hyped? That was a fantastic moment. Worlds didn't have a great range around. No, they didn't. If you were speaking about the food, there wasn't much there, to be honest, which was quite surprising. I did tune into your box opening the other day, but I didn't comment. Oh, I see. Okay. So you're one of those concurrent viewers that doesn't say anything. I absolutely love it. Fantastic. It's nice to see family members supporting me, even though I'm doing, weird content on a flesh and blood trading card game. But a stream like this, where I'm just chatting garbage with the viewers, is going to happen more often, I think. Red Zone Rogue, sup party people. Hello, my friend. How's it going? I don't know what's going on, but pay as. I don't know what's going on, but pay me. Pay me. I'm sure Ash has it somewhere. I'll ask around for the video. Yeah, absolutely. So if we could find that video, that would be good. I want to find that video because that was absolute fun time. Everyone's saying hello to the celebrity in the chat, which is Red Zone Rogue, but a fantastic friend of all of us now. I think if you're watching GoAgainGaming, you're definitely watching Red Zone Rogue as well. Let's be honest, because obviously we're all part of the Living Legends podcast together. We all hype up each other's channels all the time, so we all know Kel by now. Let's be honest, but yeah, welcome to the chat. Braden, you're a lurker. Absolutely, you're just a lurker. You sit there silently, just watching the content, even though you don't know what it is. Fantastic. Chris Tucker, Red Zone Rogue in the house. Absolutely. We're just keeping Az up at this rate. Yeah, that's right. I think my girlfriend's gone to bed next door, but she hasn't said anything to me. So maybe I'm okay to maybe stay up a little bit longer. Who knows? But we are just chatting crap today. How's it going, everyone? Yeah, exactly. Yeah, just go in. The payment I was referring to is the stage thing you were talking about. Oh, I see. Right. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, they should have paid us. Basically, the story was, careful, don't want to end up on the sofa. No, that's right. Well, so I have done recently. Here's a personal story. I have slept on the sofa a couple of nights recently this week because I've been snoring too loud, apparently. So she was like, right, you can sleep downstairs. You can sleep downstairs because you're just fucking snoring all the time. And I was just like, yeah, all right then. So just gave her the whole bed, and I slept downstairs a couple of nights this week. Which is fair enough, I guess. You snoring. Maybe it's the mustache, which is making me snore. I don't know. Maybe it's the mustache. Maybe it's the cold weather making me snore. But yeah. How about you? Yeah. Oh my god. I was just reading this chat. But I'm all caught up. But yeah. So I probably should go now. I've done everything I needed to do. Packed up all these Christmas cards. I did yours as well, Red Zone Rogue. I did do yours. So just another little insight. This is only half of what I've had to do. So it's quite a few packages I need to send out. I did do yours as well today, Kel, and I addressed it to you. Oh wait, I haven't sealed that one. I need to seal that one. That one's not sealed. Whoopsie. Need to seal that one. Let me just check these are all sealed actually as well. But I did do yours. I did do yours today, Kel. Little. There it is. Look. RZR. I did do yours today. So yeah, they're all sealed. This one is not sealed though. Ronnie's is not sealed. So we need to seal that one up. I snore as well, but my girlfriend just pokes me until I stop. Yeah, but I don't stop. That's the problem. I don't stop. I just keep going. Glad I caught the end of the stream. Good night, all. Yeah, Chris, thanks for tuning in, mate. Thanks for becoming a patron of the channel recently. Really appreciate it. And yeah, stay updated with what's going on because obviously you'll be a patron of the pool next time. We'll see what box we crack for that. Probably history. I think we're going to stick with the history idea. It's going to be a sooner rather than later. I'm hoping it's going to be a monumental occasion for GoAgainGaming in general because of the 1,000 subscribers thing. So I think as a result of that, we need to do a history pack because it obviously, you know, runs hand in hand with the history of Flesh and Blood, the history of the channel, monumentous occasion, and all that. Yeah, that's Ronnie's done. That's done. So yeah, everything is done. I just need to do the labels now, which is the boring part on royalmail.com. Sleep well, Azamon. See you soon, mate. Yeah, cheers, man. I'll probably see you at Christmas. Thanks for stopping in. And you'll probably do more of these just chatting streams going forward. So if you want to pop in again, then by all means do so. But yeah, I'm just using I'm just chilling out with this music that you recommended me actually, Kel. So if we pop into the live stream thing here, it should show it. So this is White Bat audio I'm using right now. So you're the one who showed me this, Kel. I've been using it to great effect today. Just having this in the background, just chilling out. Rather than having the same song play over and over and over again, I'm just using the White Bat audio here. I'm not sure whether it's that loud though. I don't know about the audio. I haven't really checked the audio because I've got desktop audio recording. Otherwise, that would just be audioception if I listen to myself back live, at least. But I can listen back to this later. But anyway, White Bat rules. Absolutely, it really does. So yeah. For people that are still watching, 10 concurrent viewers in the chat, 10 likes on the video as well, fantastic rate, 10 for 10, lovely old job, 10-10 trample, oh no, we lost one, so now it's a 9-10, never mind, I think that's Braden anyway, but for people that are still in the chat, the 9 viewers, it's 11 likes now, 9-11, that's not a great date, is it? Let's be honest. Anyway, for people that are still in the chat, who wants to play What's the Card? Do people know what What's the Card is? That are in the chat? If you know what What's the Card is, we can play. So if anybody in the chat knows what What's the Card is, we can play. We can play a round. I can get one set up. Yes, okay. Cementenium knows what What's the Card is. We've got one contestant. Okay, fuck sleeping, I'll play. Okay, yep, Pascal, we got a player there. So we've got 2 players. I don't know what it is, but I want to play. Raven Shadow, we can play. Only if it doesn't affect your sleep schedule. We can play 1 round, can't we? We can play 1 round of What's the Card. Let's do it then. Let's do it. Okay, let's do it then. Right, bear with me while I go a bit quiet, while I set up the What's the Card round. So I have to go into studio mode so I don't actually fuck this stream up. Okay, cool. Right, so let's get rid of these. No, I think at this point, I think my girlfriend has accepted that I am still going. So she is great like that. She'll just let me carry on. She'll chuck her earphones in and put on white noise to block out the sound of my droning voice next door. So Az has to open someone's package up for the card. What's the card? Yeah, we're gonna do one round of what's the card because I don't have many. Actually, no, I do have a few images in my hard drive, so I can just use those. Let me just upload those. Image. So, for people in the chat, what's the card is basically a game show that I'm going to be doing. So there is going to be a large production behind this series, which is based on this premise. But it basically just involves you guessing what the Flesh and Blood card is from the art on the card. But obviously during the actual game show, when we record the actual game show, we do have a few personalities lined up for this. It's going to be either the art for the card. You have to guess what the name is. It's either going to be the flavor text of the card. You have to guess what the name is, or it's going to be the mechanics of the card, where you have to guess the name. In these streams, it is just the art, just because it's easier. But yeah, that's what the premise of the show will be. And I've lined up a few panels for the first few episodes, which I plan on recording soon, but haven't got round to it yet. So we are going to be doing that fairly soon. But yeah, so we're just gonna load in a image now, and then we'll play one round of what's the card. Where is the fab cards? There we go. Okay, right. So let's try. Which one should we use? Which one should we do? Oh, should we do that one? Should we do that one? Oh, that's a tough one. We'll do that one. This is a bit of a tough one, I think. For the people that I know that are in the chat with regards to what their sort of favourite class is, this could be quite a hard one to guess. So we're going to use this. We're going to do this one. So I just need to crop this image now to make sure it's all packaged in. Okay, so just use the filters. So add crop. Doing this live is just so annoying, but worth it. It's just going to be fun. Always is fun. What's the card? And there will be a prize for this as well. There will be an Azalea Cult membership card for the winner of this. I know some of you don't give a fuck about Azalea, but I do. So that's what you're going to get, I'm afraid. So you're going to get an Azalea Cult membership card for this. Okay, this is quite a difficult one to guess, I think. So hopefully... We're nearly there. We are nearly there, people. Okay, I think that's enough crop to get that in the box. Because we like to make it look good, see, here on GoAgainGaming. We like to make it look good. So I think, like that. Okay, yeah, I think that's going to be good enough for now. Could be a little bit better. There we go. Does that fit in there? It does indeed. Right, okay, we're ready to go. All right. Okay, so let me just take this off of studio mode then. So we're going to go to what's the card now. So this is what's the card. So for everyone who wants to play in this round of what's the card, can you put ready in the chat, please? Can you click ready in the chat, please? Fantastic. Cool. So we've got quite a few people wanting to play today's game. Fantastic. At least 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, at least 6 contestants, which is great. Lovely old job. And let me just let you know what's at stake here. An Azalea Cult membership card. Is my overhead working? So I'll be able to show you the. Let me just go on to the other one quickly. Let me just see if this works. Live stream. It is. Okay, it is turned on. Lovely old job. So this is the Azalea Cult membership card. As you can see, this is what you'll be winning, an Azalea Cult membership card. And obviously I'm going to sign this. Whoever wins this, I'm going to sign it for them. as well, with the story behind how you won it. Obviously, the card that you guessed and all that sort of thing. So yeah, thanks for everybody who's clicked ready in the chat. We are going to go to what's the card now. So we are ready to go. Make sure your fingers are on the triggers because you are about to guess what this card is. Now I will say it is a tough one, and remember, you only get one guess. So if you guess the card incorrectly, you are out of the round. Okay? So take as much time as you need to find out what this card is, and that's where the risk is taken, right? You can try and Google it based on the information that's given in front of you, or you can try and go for the speed round and try and get in there first. Now the person whose comment appears in the chat below my face that answers correctly, the first one that appears will get the Azalea Cult membership card. Okay? Hopefully we all understand each other. So without further ado, 3, 2, 1. What is the card? What is the card? First person to guess in the chat below me is the winner. What is the card? What is the card? Raven X Shadow, you are the winner. Coalescence Mirage, that is correct. Raven X Shadow coming in on the chat there before you, Pascal, unfortunately. But yeah, Raven X Shadow is the winner for the Azalea Cult membership card. GG, absolutely right. Congratulations. That is a tough one. Coalescence Mirage, well done for that. Excellent. Tough one. I don't even know what the card does, to be honest. Let's have a look, shall we? Let's get rid of the crop and see what it does, because I didn't even read it. So let's get rid of the crop and actually see what it does. It's a common. Fucking hell, that's blown right up, hasn't it? Look at this. Look at this in-app editing going on here. So this comes in all pitch values, does it? Red. When it's destroyed, you may put an illusionist aura card of cost 0 from your hand into the arena. Fuck me. Is this used at all? So you could put the 0 cost. There's quite a few 0 costs in Everfest. The blue ones, isn't it? The blue cycle, like the what are they called? The bloody things, the passing mirages, and those ones, the ones that cost 0, the blue ones. You can put any of these into play when this gets destroyed. Yeah. Andrew, oh, that thing. Yeah, absolutely. But it's not really meta. Oh, okay, no, that's fine. Well, luckily we don't care about that anyway here on GoAgainGaming. We don't care about the meta. So that's good. That's a good choice. Coalescence Mirage, well done for the guess on that. That was very good. Well done for that. So let me just get rid of that image. Coalescence Mirage, that was a good guess. Let me just go back to here. So I know you're not, obviously, well, you might be in it. Are you a Azalea fan? Raven X Shadow, are you a Azalea fan? You must be if you're watching GoAgainGaming. Let's be honest. So let me just get your name on here. You are an Azalea fan. Fantastic. Lovely old job. So Raven X. Are you in the Discord as well? Are you subscribed and all that? Raven X Shadow. Supperworm, thank you very much for joining. Pascal, absolute hero. Go to sleep. I will be doing the same very, very shortly. But Red Zone Rogue came in here and just screwed up the whole thing. I'm joking. Love you, Cal. Really. Don't know if you're still here or not, but Azalea is the first hero I ever played and still have an Azalea deck built to this day. Fantastic. Not sure whether you've tuned into some of my live streams with Azalea Online. But yeah, it's just, yeah, I love Azalea so much. She's just the bae before anybody else, really is. home wrecker, basically. No home wreckers, mate. You've made the experience better for everybody by tuning in at the very end and allowing me to stay up a little bit longer to do a What's the Card, who now, Raven X Shadow, is now an owner of a Azalea Corp membership card. I'm just chilling while putting Patreon Wars together. Nice. Yeah, that's basically exactly what I was doing earlier today. Just shipping out loads of stuff for people that have supported the channel. And I understand your pain, Red Zone Rogue. It's definitely a full-time job in itself, even though it's not a full-time job for me, but for you it is. But yeah, there's a lot of work to do. There's a lot of things that creators do behind the scenes that takes up a lot of time. So yeah, I appreciate you stopping by. Absolute hero. Can't wait to speak to you again for this week. Living Legends. It's going to be a fun one with Brian Gottlieb. So yeah, 50 packages. Yeah, it's a lot of packages. I feel ya. Raven saying Fatigue Shot helps a huge amount for the Guardian matchup. Absolutely, yeah. Fatigue Shot does help a lot with that. And I am running 3 reds in my deck. 3 red Fatigue Shots. Or maybe they're yellow ones. Maybe they are yellow ones. I'm not sure. Can't remember. But yeah, Fatigue Shot's very good. Does help a lot. What was I saying? Living Legends, that's what I was saying. Living Legends. So we got Brian Gottlieb on the next episode. So if you've got a question for him, he is the man that designed basically the assassin class. So if you're in the Discord, obviously the link is in the description box below. You can go onto the Living Legends mailbox and leave us a question for Brian Gottlieb if you want to have a question for him, or even in this chat if you've got a question for him about Assassin, designing Assassin, working for LSS. He works for LSS now, I believe. Then leave it in the chat here, or go along to Discord, join that, and then leave a chat in the Living Legends mailbox, because it's going to be a fun one. Going to be a fun discussion. Speaking with him about the design space of Assassin, where it could be going next, and all that sort of thing. Kel is a massive fan of Assassin, rightly so, because he is the Red Zone Rogue. So yeah, it's going to be a great discussion about that new class that's come out, obviously in Dynasty, however you want to pronounce it. But yeah, let me just finish this card. So this was for, I need to put my glasses on actually, Coalescence Mirage. So what's the card? Coalescence Mirage. This pen's running out, but it gives it a nice little bit of flavour to the Azalea Corp membership card. And this is the first Azalea Corp membership card which will have a gold heart on it. There we go. Look at that. Nice gold heart. I would try a shadow signature, but I'm not an artist. But there we go. Thank you very much for that. That's been done. And I'll send that out shortly. Yeah, that's pretty much all we've got time for tonight. And I hope you've all had a good time. And we'll see you very, very soon for another stream, another Just Chatting stream, I expect. But yeah, it's time for bed now, I think. 11 o'clock. So yeah, please make sure you like the video if you haven't done so already. Subscribe, because we are very, very close to the 1,000 subscribers. But that's pretty much it for today. So we'll roll the credits. And it's time for bed. Have a good evening all. See you soon.
Who's still here then? I know a few of you are still here. You know by now that I'll have to cause Az all sorts of havoc after he's gone off of his streams. I'm about to hide all of his Christmas cards.